recording now. Awesome. All right, welcome to everyone to my first Pulp Cthulhu game, Legend of the Forgotten Tribe. Yes, thank you.
I'm excited.
That's pretty mysterious.
Just want to say thank you all for joining me. A little disclaimer: this is my first Pulp Cthulhu game ever, and with only 7th edition Call of Cthulhu game I've ever run. So bear with me if I'm a little slow at some points. I think I've studied up enough for this, but we're all learning this together. All right. Has everyone had a chance to kind of look over that little what did I call it? The little rule summary that I posted a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
I looked it over, but I don't remember it.
That's fine.
I just have it up in my other monitor.
Oh, that's also you and your other monitor. Okay. As most people can see via your little character sheet, it is a D100 system. You are trying to get under what your skill is. For those of you who may have read, there are hard and extreme difficulties for some skill checks. So let's just say you're trying to jump over a canyon, and it starts raining, so now it's slippery. Okay, this is going to be a hard success. So you have to get less than half your current skill point. And there's a handy dandy on the Pulp Cthulhu PDF. There is, I forget which page it is on, but there's a handy dandy little chart that shows you.
Very bottom, second page.
Yes, very bottom, second page. Thank you. Yes, of that. Wait, what? Also, with the handy dandy little autofill PDF character sheet on the little boxes to the right, it will show you what you need to achieve to get under a hard or extreme difficulty. So hard is you have to get under half your skill point. Extreme is you have to get under a fifth of your skill point. And I will tell you when you try to make a skill check what kind of if it's going to be regular or anything else like that. So okay, pushing rolls. Pushing does not apply to when you're in combat, when you're making anything like a dex check, a movement check, an intelligence check. It only applies to skill checks. And it is when you have failed a skill check, but you really don't want to fail it. So going back to the jumping the chasm thing, you jump the chasm and you fail. And you really don't want to fail because at the bottom are very sharp rocks. So you tell me, I would like to push this roll. Okay. So I will ask how you'd like to push it. I want you to describe it to me. Okay. Well, I see some roots from the other side of the crevasse, and I'm going to try on my way down to make one final grasp for the roots. And I'll tell you what kind of roll you have to make. Push rolls, they can help you, but the problem is if you fail, the consequences are usually far more dire. So it may not be life and death, like you're trying to search a room, you fail to spot hidden check, so you push it, convinced that there's something in there, and while you're searching, you spend a lot more noise while searching the room, and that could alert baddies if you failed your push check. And I will foreshadow what happens. I will give you some kind of foreshadowing of the fate if you fail, or you can ask me to foreshadow. Rolling with advantage and disadvantage. Sorry, bonus dice. That's D&D. Sorry, that is rolling with bonus dice and penalty dice. So a lot of rules in here, especially in combat, especially we'll say you roll with the bonus dice or you roll with the penalty dice. It's essentially when you roll your D100, you're going to roll another D10. And that will be your first number of the two. So if it's a bonus die, let's just say you rolled a 65, and then you roll a bonus die, and you roll a 2. So you take the better of the two, between a 6 and a 2, so now it's 25. A penalty die is the opposite. Let's just say you roll a 25, but then you roll a 6 again for your penalty die, so now it has to be 65. Did everybody get that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Cool.
I'll probably need it repeated at some point, but
That's
I've got
fine.
it right now.
That's fine. I'll let you know. And again, this is, yeah, and people are kind of experimenting with rolls in order to roll 1d100 in the chat in the chat on the roll 20. You just hit R-1d 100, and then a 1d10 when we do our bonus or penalty dice. So that, I believe, is really about it, unless anybody has any more questions for me about rules and such.
Don't think so.
Okay,
Seems
cool.
good.
All right, let me just adjust something here real quick.
Just
Yes.
a reminder for everybody: the rules summary is pinned in the chat, so you can bring it up and have it alongside if you need it.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, then if we are ready to go.
As we'll ever be.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me just get this set up. And let me know, I'm going to be experimenting with things like background music and noise. And if it works, that's going to be awesome. If it doesn't, we'll get rid of it. But let's just see how it goes from right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me know if this is too loud and you really can't hear what I'm saying.
Ooh.
Well, it also works as a user, so I can just adjust the volume manually. So you can
That
press
too.
on it.
Yeah.
Right click on it.
Awesome. Thank you, Maddie. All right.
So somebody who needs it muted can mute it. Those who want it at a low volume, those who need it louder.
All right. Let's begin.
Lexi, come get your ocelot.
The heat of the blaze is near suffocating. Your eyes burn, and all of you try to keep from coughing as the smoke grows thicker. In mere moments, the fire has become a raging inferno around you, as dry tinder catches, flames leaping from building to building. Though the hellish glare now illuminates what was once a dim moonlit night, your companions are only barely visible through the billowing smoke and embers. Over the roar of the inferno, you hear a familiar voice. You were warned not to follow! Herr General is a patient man, but we cannot allow you to interfere any further. How you Americans say, this town isn't big enough for the both of us? Yeah?
Oh my god.
From out of the haze, a dark shape begins to stalk towards you. Blinking away tears, you see a second form, then a third, then fourth, then more, all approaching out of the smoke. Kill them all! Everyone,
Oh fuck.
I would like you all to roll for initiative.
Oh boy.
Now,
Isn't it based off of dexterity?
okay, there are an optional rules which I like in this game a lot more. The optional rules is just so everybody is not going the same order every frickin' time. We basically roll using your dexterity number. So whoever gets an extreme success, so the higher successes go first and then down the list. So everybody roll and let me know if you got an extreme success, a hard success, or a regular success. And a 0...
That's 100, right?
Yeah, that's 100.
Oh dear.
That's not even a
Oh my.
success.
I don't think
Oh,
that's
I
a success.
failed at preparation.
That's a failure.
Am I still drunk?
You're probably
Well,
very...
the 0 is rolling a 1d00, so
Oh yeah. Oh hey, look at that. You're right. Hold on.
Oof.
Oh,
Okay, that's better. All right, so down the list, who got an extreme success? And it should say right next to your little on your dex. It would be the bottom. It would be the bottom number.
You need under
It would
the
be-
bottom number.
If you made under the bottom number,
Yes. So let's just say your dex is 60. Your extreme success would be 12 or under.
okay.
I don't think anybody got that then.
All right, moving on. Hard success.
Yo.
Gabrielle. Wow. Gabriel.
Gabriella.
Sorry. All right. And okay, and that's it.
Yep.
I didn't do so well.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I didn't do well either.
Okay, that's fine. Now we go into actual dex order. Okay, so going... sorry, let me bring that up again. Going down the list. Topher, what's your dex?
60.
60? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Tony, what's your dex?
50.
Okay. Maddie, what's your dex?
70. Or wait. Yes, 70.
All right, John, you're first no matter what. David, what's your dex?
55.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Bit slower. All right, Ray, what's your dex?
55.
Contested?
Yes. If that's the case, then we go with who has the better movement. So, Ray, what's your movement?
Sorry. Where do I find that again?
It should be right under your power.
Oh, 8.
8?
I have a 7.
Okay, then Ray goes first on that. All right, and hopefully I
Just a point of order, Josh.
Yes.
You're going to have to select each of those tokens and give all of us control. So we can move our tokens around.
Oh. Okay, hang on. And I'm sorry, how do I do that?
Should be either be able to, I think you right click it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's like a properties tab or something like that.
Yes.
And then can be, it's property of and can be edited by, something along those lines.
Property of can be anybody.
It should be like 2 fillable text areas.
Hang on. Property of... Oh, can be control. Got it.
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys. I thought I'd set this up. So...
Again, you should just be able to put like, I think there's like an all players or something like that.
Yeah, there is. Okay. Oh. We just lost music. Oh, no. It's switching to the next
there
song.
it is. Oh, did you put a playlist together?
Yep. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me just do this real quick.
There we go. Ta-da!
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. I'm sorry. And Lexi, what was your dex?
55.
What's your movement speed?
Give me half a second. I'm in the kitchen.
We'll just say you go third.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go third,
Okay.
because my move's only 7.
All right. All right, starting out. So, let me just... Is he there? Okay. So, moving into view, you see this guy. John, it is your move. Oh, and sorry, for case in point, for those of you who do not have handguns, you now have just for this encounter, you now have a 38 automatic. So if you go to page 258 on the in the Pulp Cthulhu handbook, that's where you'll find it. All right, John, you are up.
This guy right here?
Yes.
Well, given how close he is, I'm gonna light him up with the Thompson.
You do that. He sees you, and he was honestly not prepared for you to do that, so he's going to try to dodge.
All right. So it's just a D100 again.
Yes. 55, okay.
That is a regular success, if that matters right now.
We're about to find out.
I think that's a regular success.
Deal some damage. Are you just... Okay, now for automatic, have you read over the rules for that?
I did. They only made kind of sense.
Okay. So for automatic burst fire, what happens with that is... first time you fire a gun... Let me... Yeah, this is why we're having this session right now. Ah. Sorry, let me open that again. No,
Did
not...
anyone say tutorial?
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Okay. So for automatic fire, when firing automatic, multiple single shots, you apply... Yeah, so... So for your first burst fire, you... For a Tommy gun, for how many rounds it fires, you're going to be firing about 4 shots per burst.
Okay.
So for the first roll, you apply the usual rules for a firearm attack. And then for the second and further attack rolls, basically we keep adding penalty dies to it.
All right.
So once you get to 2 penalty dies, once you get like essentially to 3 penalty dies, we up the difficulty level. So if you keep firing a burst shot, eventually all your burst shots will be at extreme difficulty with disadvantage, with with a penalty die.
Okay.
I'm gonna be trying so hard not to say disadvantage and advantage.
Okay, so at this point, what am I rolling?
At this point, you would roll a D. Well, you hit him, so that's damage. So firing 2 shots, number of bullets. Third. Okay. You. First, second target. I'm sorry. I thought I understood this better as well.
Let's see. Full autos. Well, this is
I think you roll damage for whatever your gun is, whatever the damage of the gun is, and then you multiply that by how many bullets in the burst fire you fired.
All right. So we said 4 bullets.
Yes.
All right. All right. So 9 times 4.
He comes. Okay.
So that's 36.
Yes. So the trooper comes out of the smoke. Halt! And you just obliterate him. He just falls back.
Gross.
There's now dead kraut on the ground. All right, Maddie, you are up.
Okay, do I see any other enemies on the screen?
You see maybe. You see like a hazy figure here, and now another hazy figure about here.
Alright, I'm going to take a round to aim at the one to the left, assuming they'll approach.
Okay, so when your round comes, when your next turn comes, you're going to get a bonus die to your shot.
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, Topher.
Yes, sir. All right. So, do I see anyone else?
You still see the figures that I gave
Up that one.
Maddie. Actually, make me a spot hidden check.
All right. I'm going to try and roll a D100 instead of a D00 this time.
That
That's
would
all right
be
with
good.
everyone.
That's perfectly fine.
Spot hidden. I got the extreme.
Nice.
The extreme, I should say.
Okay.
Or wait, the second number, not the furthest down.
Okay. Well,
Hard.
you got a hard
That's
success.
the one.
Okay.
Yep.
You're just kind of looking around. The smoke is in your eyes. You're struggling to see. You just saw Gabriel. Wow, Gabriel. Sorry, man. Gabriel just essentially light up a Nazi that just came out of the smoke in front of you. But you're a wary man. All right, your life has been always on the run, looking about you, and you just happen to see some movement in the smoke behind you.
Okay. Let's see.
Now you still have some. You can still move.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and move. I'm gonna try and do it stealthily. In that direction.
Okay.
Is there anything? Let's see.
You're gonna be.
Over
You're.
here.
Well, that's fire.
Oh, that's fire. Okay, so I can't hide in the fire.
No,
That's
don't
probably
fi-
not a good idea. No.
You can
It's
definitely
a very
try.
short-term plan. Very short-term plan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll go. I can go 8, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come this way, like near the smoke, but not in the fire.
Okay.
Sneakily, though.
Okay. Make me a stealth roll with advantage then,
Okay.
because you're in the smoke. You're.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that 19.
Damn. Okay. Yeah.
And
You-
okay, that's another hard success.
Yeah. Ada. So you are. You're panicking almost, and then you look over to get some research from Franklin. He's gone. There is no trace of him.
Son of a.
Do you want to move your token down there?
Oh yeah, I forgot I can do that.
All right. So, at that moment,
Now, just to give you a heads up, Josh, we can only see up to the gray border.
yes, that's why I'm
On your
moving.
screen.
That's why I'm moving
Okay.
him up a little bit more. And actually, since Franklin, you moved down a little bit.
Fog of war. Oh, so did he see me?
No,
Oh my.
or at least you don't think he's seen you. He hasn't made any indication.
Okay. I'm within 5 feet, so I'm gonna shoot him.
It is not your turn yet.
Oh, it's not. Okay, sorry. I thought that was. Okay.
No. It is now. These guys moved. He moved from around the. You didn't. I didn't reveal it soon enough, but he moved from around the alleyway here, and this guy kind of moved from up the street. All right. So these guys. They see Boiler, and they see Minnie. So
Oh, good.
yes. So the guy on the right is going to take a shot at you, Boiler.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm going to. Now, that's. You can't pick what happens, right? But you can dive for cover.
you can you can dodge.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dodge then.
Got it. All right, and he's going to roll.
What is my dodge skill? There it is. Oof. Yeah, that's not good.
Okay.
And I can't push an opposed roll.
No,
so.
you can't.
Darn.
Okay, let's roll for damage here. Where the heck did I actually put that sheet? There we go. Sorry about that. So. Okay, you. Is that how much? What's your max HP right now?
23.
Okay, you're fine. You just feel you feel a carbine round, essentially, it's a rifle round, impact your left leg and just go tear through the muscle.
Yeesh.
Yep. All right, now the guy on the left is shooting towards Minnie. And Minnie, do you want to try to make a dodge roll?
Okay. So I need to roll.
/R 1d100 and then
/R space.
Sorry.
1d100.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, he does not get you at all.
Oh.
You manage to just dodge aside as another rifle round just goes sailing by, almost hitting Lillian in the process, but... Okay.
Good.
Speaking of which, Lillian, Ray, you are up.
Okie dokie. So you say there's some people potentially coming in from like the left behind us.
Yeah, like
That
from
we can't see yet.
from the north, and this guy down by Franklin kind of came from this alleyway, so there might be guys to your right. You don't know. And
Can
there-
I make a spot hidden check for it?
Yeah. Where specifically are you going to be looking?
Sorry, I'm still kind of new to
No, it's okay.
all these mechanics.
Well, never mind. Just do a regular spot hidden check.
Okay.
And this is going to be a hard difficulty because
Okay.
of all the smoke.
That is not a success.
The billowing smoke, the flames, the heat, it's just getting in your eyes. You're constantly trying to rub it out, but it isn't working. You still know there's shadowy figures up here, kind of to the north of you, but that's really all you know.
Okay. I would like to take aim in that direction if I still can.
Okay, so you're preparing a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna get a bonus die for your next round.
Awesome.
Awesome, David, you're up.
Do I see these two guys?
Oh yeah.
I would like to run through the fire and then take a shot at these guys.
And through the flames.
Exactly. Is that something I can do?
You can definitely do that. I'm gonna ask you to make an athletics check.
I mean, we
Alrighty,
have
can
the
do.
heroic music in the background for him to just dive through the
Yes.
flames.
Wait, it's not athletics. I'm sorry. It is a. I think. Wait, is there actually?
Dex?
Yeah, jump. No, it is a jump.
Oh shit, that is a thing.
Yeah.
I don't have jump. This is gonna be great. Let's do it.
You got 20. You got 20% chance.
If we do have skill ratings, do we add that?
Nice.
Wow.
Okay. You manage. Okay, so put your person on the other side. And which one are you shooting at?
That one.
Okay, because they didn't expect you to do that. They're not even paying attention to you. They did not see it. They have no
Oh,
idea
shit.
you're there. So make an attack roll with a bonus die.
Alright. Hold on. I need to look at. I just rolled a damage, or do I roll the hit?
You rolled a hit because the jump. Essentially, you jumped over the fire.
I didn't look up how to do
That's okay.
firearms, so
no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
it's okay. You're just gonna roll 1d100 again, and check your skills under handgun to see if you get it.
Firearm handgun.
Yes. But you get a bonus die, so roll a 1d10.
So 52.
What does the 5 do?
That you can choose if it's a lower number, you can choose to make that your first number instead of a 7. So it would be a 52. Do you?
Either way, it's not going to work. I don't have any firearms.
Okay. All right. So you manage to pull. You take a running jump. You do a little tumble roll coming up on your feet. You take aim, and you go right over his head.
But I look cool doing it.
Yes, you look very darn cool. All right. So
I took 9 damage from that, right?
yes, you took 9 damage. So this guy, I'm gonna see. This guy still doesn't see you, Topher.
Yay.
He totally failed his spot hidden. So he's gonna move up to Isabel and basically just try to butt you with his rifle.
Ow, please no.
Yeah.
Can I, just shoot him as he walks by?
Yeah, would that be a surprise?
Yeah.
Attack of opportunity?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to say, since he has no idea you're there, take a pot shot.
Alright. So, pull up my notes. Okay, and,
Yeah, you got him.
let's see.
He has no idea you're there, so...
Oh, so I forgot, for the damage, when it says, so many dice, then slash another dice, is that...
That's if you're... I think that's if you're doing both barrels or if you get piercing damage. So let me just check shotgun stats. Because we have those. Gosh darn it.
Oh, and that is a hard success.
Okay. Yeah, really, for any kind of attack, unless it's a critical, which is a 1, it really doesn't do any extra damage.
Okay.
So 12 gauge shotgun. 12 gauge shotgun. That is. Oh, that's ranged. So depending how far away you are, you're point blank.
Okay,
So-
I do the 40.
Yes. So 4d6. Dear God.
Oh, now can't let you go doing that there, son.
Yeah. You just see him running up, getting the butt ready. All of a sudden, just a chunk disappears from his side, and he just tumbles over. Yeah, he is.
Thanks!
Shush boy.
Yeah, he is no longer on the table. So moving on, Lexi.
Lexi,
Lexi.
she's muted.
Yeah, I was. Sorry.
That's okay.
I couldn't find the button to unmute myself.
Where's the button?
So this is. Hang on. This is really hard to see. I should probably zoom in a little more.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's me.
Mhm.
Can I shoot it?
This one?
Yes. Can I shoot at this guy?
Yeah, you got a
Okay.
clear line of shot.
Oh, in case anybody doesn't know, if you click on the ruler attachment on the left-hand side where your buttons are, you can get this neat indicator.
Okay.
That's the laser light show.
Okay.
So I have a gun.
Yes. Yes, you do.
I do have some points into that skill.
Yes, you do.
So I just roll a d100 anyway?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Ooh boy.
You fire, and through the haze, you can't really make out his... You try to aim for center mass, but it just goes wide.
Okay.
All right, do you want to move? Or just stay where you are?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
You should probably grab some cover somewhere. Something.
Where?
I don't know.
Like no cover.
There.
Yeah, there are some overhangs that are on fire, but they do provide some cover.
Fire bullets.
Fire may kill you. Bullets probably will.
Nazis with bullets,
I'll,
definitely.
I'll move there.
Okay. All right, and Sarge, you're up.
All right.
I think what we
Boiler.
need to worry about is the fire bullets.
All right, so Boiler is going to unleash a mighty bellow, charge up to this guy, and he's going to initiate a combat maneuver, in which case he picks this guy up and throws him into that one.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Back into the burning building. So can I use my fighting brawl for this?
Yeah.
That is a 4.
Oh, Jesus.
That is an extreme success.
Yes. Okay, he's gonna... Hang on. He's definitely gonna try to get out of this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it still doesn't beat you.
Mhm.
So, okay, yeah. You are tossing him.
And both of them go flying into the burning building.
Well, this guy sees what is happening. No, hang on. Actually. Okay. Unfortunately, he sees what happens.
Who does?
This guy. And he
This guy?
manages to dodge just in time. But this guy...
Okay.
Okay.
I'm still okay with flinging
Yeah.
a screaming German into a burning building.
Yeah, make me a strength check. Make me a straight
Are
up
you
strength.
sure you want me to do that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I absolutely do.
Because that's 51 out of
Yeah.
90.
Okay, yeah. You managed 9. He goes in there. Oh God. I'm gonna use the damage for a car collision.
Okay.
Do we
Seems
hear
fitting.
the Wilhelm scream?
Ah!
Wilhelm.
Sorry, I'm just bringing it up now. I should really have this damage thing. I have a keeper scream. What the heck am I doing?
There you go. If anybody wants to hear Wilhelm scream.
Oh, it's like music.
Yeah.
9.
I'd just like to say YouTube does have a loop feature.
And build. And what's your damage bonus?
Damage bonus is an extra D4. However, I'm going, if you will allow me, I have heavy hitter.
Yes,
I can
you
spend
do.
10 luck to get an extra damage dice off of it.
So roll your 2d4.
Well, would it be the extra? Because that's just the bonus. It's actually the weapon damage that.
Oh,
gets an
that's
extra dice.
right. That's right.
So I can roll another D10.
Yeah, go ahead.
An extra 12.
Jesus. Okay. 9! You don't hear anything really coming from the building.
I'm going to look very intimidatingly at this guy.
That guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Is there a roll for bladder control? Because I feel like he needs to make one.
Yeah. I feel like that's a sanity check right there.
We'll get to it when his turn comes. All right. That is... That, I believe... Sorry. Hang on. Music went quiet for some reason. There we go. All right. This guy who just managed to go out of the way saw his companion fly by him. And actually, that guy should not be there. There we go. He is not there anymore. Ah! He is moving back a little bit. Alright, that was his move. Top of the round. John, you're up.
Alrighty then. Are there any more Nazis in front of me?
Make me a spot hidden check.
Spot hidden. Oh boy. That's a no.
Yeah, you're not really sure. You did catch a glimpse of some movement up to the north of you, up here, but you really have no clue.
I'm just gonna start backing up to about here then.
Got it. Do you want...
Still looking north, but just waiting at this point.
Okay. And so that's the end of your turn. And with that...
Oh, more Nazis.
Like wee rabbits. Racist rabbits.
Oh, watership down. Yes.
Okay, that's not too bad.
They are in a picket line. All right. Maddie, you are up.
I'm gonna take my aimed shot at the guy to the very left.
Cool. Yeah, you have a bonus die with that.
So does that mean I roll twice?
Well, you
or-
roll a d10. You now roll a d10.
It essentially upgrades your die a step.
Yeah. Nice. Is that a success?
Let me check. I'm guessing no.
Really?
I think the 3 replaces the 9.
Yeah,
making
yeah.
it a 39.
Yeah.
Oh,
37.
okay. I was like,
No, he
Okay,
does
that
not.
succeeds. That succeeds. I have what's the hard success? The first number? I've got a 42 and a 17. I rolled underneath the 42. My
So
main
you've
skill
got a
is
hard
85.
So you've got a hard success.
Yeah, and that doesn't really apply to firearms.
Oh well, I'm still proud of myself.
You still got him because he tried to dodge and he failed. So, fire away.
My range is 15. Do I take any?
No, you're
I
fine.
think he's. Okay.
That's in yards.
Oh, okay.
Each one of these boxes is essentially essentially. Yeah, it's essentially a yard, so you're fine. So just roll your damage.
Yay!
5.
know.
Yes. Okay, so
Can I still move, or is that my whole turn?
you can move.
Can I duck under an overhang?
Yeah,
that
you
does
can.
not have a Nazi approaching it.
Yeah.
Am I in fire there? Or...
There, it is on fire above you. So if you stay there, you might have to make some Constitution saves.
Okay, can I move after a round and incur no penalties, or if I stay there for a round, am I gonna make a con save?
If you would stay there for a round, I would make you make a Constitution check. But
I'll be near it.
okay. Well, you're fine being under it. It's just like after next round had gone, if you hadn't moved, I would make you take that check.
I'll stay there for now.
Got it.
And move on later.
All right. As this gunfire erupts around you, you keep seeing more and more shadows moving. You see them below you. You see them to the south. You start seeing them, for those of you who are like around the buildings, you start seeing movement to your left. You start seeing movement in alleyways on your right. It seems there are a lot of people coming towards you.
There's
a lot of that black nasties.
I don't think I have enough bullets.
The situation does look rather grim.
Then we'll fight them with our fists.
I'm gonna start praying. I think Jesus has a better left hook than me.
Thankfully,
Gosh, you pull this back to head.
exactly.
Oh, ooh.
Thankfully, none of this has happened yet.
Okay.
It is April 1936, and the future looks grim. The world still lies in the grip of the Great Depression, as the tramp of fascist boots echoes across it. The League of Nations, formed to safeguard against another war to end all wars, has been shown powerless when Japan walked out 3 years ago. As the imperial sun rises in the east, Mussolini's army continues to expand Italian dominance over the Mediterranean and Africa. The Nazi Party has taken complete control of Germany as tales of oppression and violence towards Jews and other undesirables grows more frequent. More disturbing still, barely a month has passed since, in violation of the Treaty of Versailles, German forces marched into the Rhineland, and still no action has been taken by the Allied nations. In the coming months, the Spanish Civil War will erupt, the Soviet Union will drown in blood under Stalin's purges, and Jesse Owens will show up Hitler's master race in the Berlin Olympics. But that is in the future. It is April 7th, 1936, and all of you have arrived in New York City. It was a few days ago that you, Isabel Woodworth, you, Minnie Harmon, you, Gabriel Eichenwald, you, Robert McCullen, you, Franklin Smoth, you, Ada Pemberton, and you, Lillian Dabney, received a mysterious letter in the mail. At this point, you may now all open your letters.
Yeah.
All right. Which one though? The one from the government or the one inside the one from the government?
I would just say, once you open the outside envelope, take a moment to look at the outside the inside envelope.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's stamped.
The production quality here.
I just want to say thank you very much to my beloved sister, Kristen Rapisardi, for all your work into doing these.
These are so
That's
nice.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Right?
And by the way, those are authentic stamps.
Holy crap, Josh.
Wow.
No.
Damn,
I got
Josh, this
framed.
For
is
those
nice.
of you watching at home, we're gonna be all like gobstruck for a moment.
It
So,
looks so real.
Gotta post
Holy
these somewhere.
shit.
wow.
Holy shit, it looks like it's typed out in.
Hold on. Department 29? Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, fuck.
Topher, did you look at your address?
Mr. Frank's felt blue box under. How? Do you know where I am? I shouldn't ask that. I know that, but
Oh, and Lexi, if you want to
Yeah.
Google that address later, that's where you live.
Okay.
We can talk about if you want to stay there, but I think you'll appreciate it.
I appreciate where you put me up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
this makes sense for me.
yeah, and you may all now open and read the letters. And
Sweet.
take your time. Let me know when you're all good to go.
I'm saving this envelope the best I can.
Right.
Yeah.
An actual address? Ooh.
Yeah, I did a good amount of research to figure out where you guys might be.
Yeah, no kidding.
Though it was pointed out that zip codes did not exist in the 30s, so I made a terrible mistake.
Eh. I mean, this is the government. They're ahead of their time in the 30s.
Oh, now I have to look up what this incident is.
It may or may not be in the historical record.
So, Josh, I have a complaint.
Yes.
It says there's $300 in here. Where's my $300?
It's
I do feel
in,
Yeah, I got the same complaint.
Same.
it's you ungrateful cretins, all of you.
Love you, Josh.
We love you and the work you put into this.
It's in your imagination.
I'm good to go.
Why, this is like a small fortune.
Yeah, out of character, that's about $5,000 in today's money.
So yeah, I don't know the last time I've seen this amount of money.
No. All right.
I mean, I just look at the, credit line from the Vatican and
Ooh. It's so fancy.
Yeah, I cut the top off just so I could keep the envelope intact. This is nice.
Same.
All right.
this is Dr. Francis Morgan.
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
Gun Hill Road incident. Is that an actual thing?
I'm gonna say no. I just made that up.
Oh, okay. Because I'm actually looking for it. I'm sitting here. I'm like, he had to have had something that happened in New York.
No, I found the metro stop for it. And I just thought that was appropriate. I'm sorry if not everything coincides with actual
No,
events.
Well,
That's fine.
awkwardly enough, there was an incident there in January.
Oops.
So
Something survived.
I do need to know.
Yes.
In character, how did I get this?
You
Somebody walk up to me.
for all of you who found this, you either came back to your rooms and it was on the nightstand for you, Franklin Smoth. You woke up and it was by your head, almost right by the bag you were using as a pillow.
Dang government
Bitch.
entities.
Thought I told them to hold all my mail downstairs.
Well, at least it's
This
not
is
another
creepy.
bill.
So necessary
Why
travel
does this government
arrangements.
entertain you so much?
Yes, for each of you there are train tickets and everything you need essentially to get you to New York City.
Ooh, business class.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So, and of course, for some of you, this is very mysterious, as you don't exactly leave forwarding addresses.
Bloody mysterious, even.
Right, mysterious.
So, but with various reasons, all of you just happen to find yourself outside of the address provided. You look across the street to a nondescript office building in downtown Manhattan. All right, and David, actually, make me a spot hidden check. Nice.
Nice.
So, obviously, this letter has piqued your interest.
Very much so.
Yes. So you make your way with the funds provided. You get yourself a nice meal in the dining car, and you make your way to the street provided. As you are getting there, you start to notice, and you take a moment because you're used to casing out things. You're used to not, and you like to jump into the action, but you don't jump in stupidly.
Right.
Yeah, so you're just as you're taking in the environment, you start to see individuals kind of walking up around you as well, and there's something very familiar about all these people, and the word actually characters kind of sticks in your mind, and you just have, like, you've never seen them before, but you know them.
Right. Okay.
Yes. All right. So as Isabel is sitting there, just kind of puzzling and looking everyone over, everyone make me a spot hidden check.
Oh man, 2 over my fucking hard.
Sucks.
Nope.
Got a normal success.
Okay.
Yep, ditto.
I don't notice shit.
Okay, so is John the only one that failed?
Normal success.
Lexi, did you get it?
No, I failed.
Okay, so Lexi and John have failed. For the rest of you, as you're confirming the address where you are, looking about you, just kind of taking stock of the situation, you notice, through all the hustle and bustle of pedestrians and traffic, a man standing on the sidewalk, seemingly trying to cross the busy street. You see this gentleman.
Wow, stylish.
Snazzy.
He is a slight man, thin and angular, with a height probably not even reaching 5'5". He looks youngest, but in that way that some men have, where they could be anywhere between 20 and 40. On his head is a wild shock of black hair and a pair of dark mountaineering glasses that hide his eyes. Though the most prominent thing all of you notice is a straight white cane he is gingerly tapping the curb with in front of him.
Oh, so okay. So is the street like
It's a busy
super
street.
busy right now?
This is downtown business Manhattan.
And he looks like he's actively trying to cross the street.
Definitely. You definitely see him listening. You kind of see him tentatively tapping the sidewalk, almost trying to will himself to get out there, but then like jerking back suddenly when a car goes by him.
Yeah, Lillian's definitely gonna go try to help him, approach him. She's gonna put is she within like quick getting to, or
Yes.
is it?
Oh,
Like...
I'm sorry. By the way, let's go down the list and have everybody describe what their character looks like. So we're gonna start on the splash screen list. So David.
Okay, so my character basically looks like the picture there, but she's wearing one of pretty standard woman's hat in the from the time period. Kind of a heavy coat. Relatively modest, I guess. I don't really. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Cool. And Minnie Harmon.
I am pretty average height. Maybe a little tall for this, but I'm about 5'5", 5'6". And she's got kind of brown hair, really green eyes though. But other than that, she's pretty nondescript.
Okay. Gabriel.
Gabriel's a little bit taller than most. Beanpole's being kind of nice. He's got one of those long kind of G-man overcoats on, and he's carrying a violin case.
Okay.
Other than that, that lays the picture.
Cool. Robert.
Robert is about 6'2", 6'3". Very solid guy. You can tell that underneath his rumpled suit and nondescript, there's very much a man of muscle under there. What you can see is there's a few scars poking out, couple different marks on his face and hands and things like that. But otherwise, he seems pretty disinterested in everything around him. But has pretty sharp brown eyes that are taking everybody in.
Cool. Franklin.
Franklin is your run-of-the-mill, very old panhandler. The main difference right now is the fact that his hat is now new and his rucksack is new. Um, it smells a little bit of a whiskey because that was also new and paid for by someone.
U.S. government bought me a whiskey.
He looks pay for something. Probably looks at all of you a little leerily, but more so at the building.
Okay. Ada.
Forgot I was on push to talk for a second there.
It's okay.
Ada Pemberson.
Adam, sorry.
She's a little taller than average. She's about 5'5", 5'6", so a little tall for a woman, but not too much, with sort of unkempt hair, a pair of small spectacles on her nose, and other than that, she mostly looks like the picture. Pair of pretty much gray eyes and some, lighter brown reddish hair, and a rather pleasant expression. She seems to be just looking up at everything like the most obvious tourist that ever touristed. Wearing clothes that seem to be a little more well-worn. They're not necessarily new, but they're not falling apart.
Mhm.
And she's carrying a distinctly new-looking book and purse.
Cool.
Cool.
And last but not least, Lillian.
Lillian is a very small, but probably average height girl, but she is definitely quite striking. She's wearing a long coat that looks like it's well made and probably on the pricier side, but not too expensive. And if you saw her walking around in Hollywood, she probably wouldn't look too far off from a movie star. She's very visually striking.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, everyone. And going back, Lillian, you said you were about to approach this man.
Yes, she would approach this man, resting a gentle hand on his shoulder to let him know that she's there. Sir, would you like some help?
Yeah, yes, young lady, thank you. I mean, I know it's silly. I know I should go at the crosswalk, but I was trying. I thought I could beat the traffic, but yes, I definitely appreciate the help.
No, I remember the first time I came to the cities on the side of the coast, and the drivers and the people here are just rude. They're just so rude.
Oh, they
so
are.
it's the least I could do to help you. Here, she takes a solid firm hand on his back and walks at his pace.
Okay.
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
Being a native of this area, would Boiler understand how to walk across this traffic?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, can I roll an intimidation check to make them stop?
Yes, please.
Okay. So this large, intimidating man is going to come up to next to both of you and just basically start walking out into traffic with a big, meaty paw held up.
I'm not sure Lillian knows what to think of this, but I think she's just gonna keep to herself and keep guiding the gentleman.
Oh, crap. What's your intimidation?
Intimidation is 80, so I made a hard success.
And just a bunch of cars just stop in front of you. I mean, there are it's not like rush hour traffic, but it's enough where somebody angrily almost gets out of the car. Hey, Bob, what are you? Keep on your way. It's okay. I'll wait.
He just kind of stares at him for a minute before turning back to the other two and nodding to the other side of the street.
Ada's probably going to roll along to catch up just across the street at this opportunity.
Yeah. Gabriel will take the same opportunity.
Okay.
Boiler is not a subtle man.
He's named the Boiler.
Isabel will also follow behind, slightly perturbed and slightly confused.
Okay. All right. So you all make it to the other side of the street. You walk into the building, and just approach the elevators. Yes, I'm trying to reach the 8th floor. If you'd be so kind. Obviously, Buttons and I don't get along well.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm heading in myself, so it's no trouble at all.
All right. Okay. Get in the elevator. Is everybody getting in the same elevator?
If it'll
Yeah.
fit all.
Can we
If
fit
it'll
it?
fit.
Yeah, it's a large business elevator. It's definitely one of those newer style buildings built in the 20s and 30s. Large, nice, bronze metal covering a lot of surfaces.
Boiler's gonna take the stairs.
Okay.
He doesn't like elevators.
All right.
Since that one time.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Isabel
yeah.
is definitely taking the elevator, and she is also asking, "Is everyone going to the 8th floor?"
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Seems like it.
Franklin's gonna rest a hand inside of his satchel,
Mhm.
strung over his shoulder.
Understandable. Oh yeah. Mighty coincidence, that one. All right. So you all make it to the 8th floor, and I'm assuming, Sarge, you kind of huff and puff.
Hustle a little.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You all make it to the same floor. The elevator, it's a bit slower, so it's 1920s elevator, so honestly, Robert kind of made it up there at the same time. And he is built. He's okay with doing 8 flights of stairs.
He eats 8 flights of stairs for
Yes.
breakfast.
More breakfast.
Certainly have more endurance than I do.
So as you exit the elevator, the man just sort of he begins moving a little bit faster, and as you're still kind of guiding him and holding on to him, you almost start becoming led by him. You're no longer the one doing the leading. And as you walk in the hallways, you see you see the numbers going up, and as you approach suite 820, you see on the door the white letters, Law Offices of Phillips, Irvin, and Ashton. Without hesitation, the man opens the door and strolls inside. Do you all follow him?
I mean,
Grandpa
that's...
always said there was no such things as coincidences. I walk in.
Yeah, I'm walking in.
Slowly, but yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Following him in, a small, plain-looking waiting room meets your eyes, and the clacking of a typewriter is heard from the secretary sitting at a desk. She looks up and smiles. "Good morning, Director." The man gives her a white smile back. "Morning, Suzanne. I'll be in a meeting for a bit, so make sure we're not disturbed," he says, and without slowing his pace, he heads towards a nondescript door with opaque glass. The secretary tries to respond, but he's already through the door.
Ah. Well,
Well, ain't that a coincidence?
I don't suppose we should follow him.
Gabriel's just gonna walk right in, not understanding most of what anyone's saying.
I'll follow. Because why
I
the hell
assume
not?
the time is about 9 a.m.
Yes, it is.
Well,
On the dot.
I hang back a little bit.
Yeah, Boiler's not just gonna charge in. He was not invited.
The secretary just kind of looks at you all. You're supposed to follow him in.
Oh.
right. Thank you. Lillian moves in.
Okay.
To the office.
As you all follow in at your various speeds and levels of comfort, you're all a bit taken aback as the fairly spacious room could honestly put the offices of most major anthropology professors to shame. Artifacts and fetishes line the walls, shelves, and bookshelves, ranging from some easily identifiable as Mayan or Egyptian to some you're honestly not sure where they came from. The bookshelves are packed with heavy-bound volumes from pieces that look centuries old to the most modern of textbooks and publications, with subjects ranging from history, philosophy, and science to more bizarre titles that indicate maybe occult subjects.
Wow. Wow. This collection. This is amazing. Lillian is dotting about reading titles.
Okay, as you're reading, you're seeing titles like The Secret Doctrine by Madame Blavatsky, The Book of the Law by Aleister Crowley, Key of Solomon, The Golden Bough by George Fraser, The Witch Cult in Western Europe by Margaret Murray, The Malleus Maleficarum, or Der Hexenhammer, which Gabriel would be familiar with.
Hence the low whistle.
Uh-huh. And there are many that you can't read, as in they're in various languages. You're seeing some that looks cuneiform, some that look maybe some old romantic language, but you can't really place it, and some definitely some Eastern languages that you've never seen before. And there are 7 wooden and leather chairs facing a large mahogany working desk, as he has already sat down behind it and is rifling through the lower drawers.
I'll set the violin case down and take a chair.
Okay. Please, have a seat. I just need to find something. Now, where did I put that blasted? He trails into annoyed muttering and grunts as he searches deeper into the drawer.
Ada's gonna take a polite seat, our legs tucked underneath, the lady position. She will maintain the proper lady sitting position for all of 3 seconds before immediately slouching and getting comfortable.
Topher, just so you know, they're all arranged in like a semicircle.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, furthest over to the right.
Okay. And if any of you want to make any kind of checks or any kind of spots, it's up to you. If not, we'll keep going.
How do you do the orange thing?
Slash me.
Or
Aha.
EM/EM space. It will automatically put whatever your display name is first, so you have to start out with the verb.
Neat.
Josh,
Yes.
could I try to get a handle on what kind of man I'm dealing with here
Sure.
through psychology? Sort of getting a quick look at how he keeps his office and everything?
Yeah, make me a psychology check and tell me what level of success you got.
You got it. That is a regular success.
Okay,
Barely.
you can tell he's definitely easy. He seems very easygoing. You can tell this room is kind of set up to his needs, because as he's looking for things, he's more feeling for them than actually like looking for them. So if he reaches for something on his desk, he kind of more feels his way towards it. So there are no encumbrances. There's no like potted plants on a stand or anything. The room, apart from the chairs, is very clear. So it looks like he's set up this room to have easy access to everything. But apart from that, I mean, you can't see his eyes behind the sunglasses, and they have the Sarge, if you want to make a Mythos check.
Oh my god, I made it.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
I was not expecting to make that check.
Hang on, let me do something real quick.
Sure. My fault. Sorry, I was trying to GM whisper that, so it didn't interrupt
it's okay.
the flow.
Okay. Looking around, you don't know. Okay, so from what you've been able to find in libraries and research and the occasional weird bookstore you wandered into in New York, and there's a lot of little weird bookstores. You know a lot of these titles because you read them yourself, and most of them you've just kind of thrown away in disgust because they serve no practical information. They don't tell you how to kill vampires. They don't tell you how to put down zombies or anything. Mainly about secret masters in Tibet or different root races, just really weird stuff. But from what you can tell, there's not really anything weird here. It would just seem like a man who has interests in the occult, definitely. But, and I'm sorry, Topher, did you try to roll Mythos?
No, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, that's okay. He definitely has interest in occult, but you don't see anything really going over into the really weird.
Okay.
Um,
That's the second time you've outdone a fucking fantastic roll by me, by the way. I'm not liking this trend.
I'm sorry.
Hey, at least you're hitting your marks pretty regularly.
That's true.
And okay, you hear the sound of paper being moved around and the occasional knocking of something hard hitting the wood. And this goes on for a few more moments and actually almost becomes a little bit uncomfortable. Until finally his face jerks up and he smiles in apparent triumph. Aha! Here it is. The blasted thing always seems to move about. He brings up his catch of a large brown file pocket and starts removing thinner envelopes one by one, laying them before him on the desk. Now.
So, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, please go ahead, Miss Dabney.
I didn't know you were aware of who I was. Dr.
Morgan.
Yes.
Morgan, I presume?
Yes, Dr. Francis Morgan. Pleasure to meet you all, and thank you for coming on such short notice.
Quite the, coincidence, I suppose.
Ah, yes, the world is full of coincidences, is it not?
Indeed.
No, it's not.
That's one of the reasons I sent you a letter, Mr. McCullen.
GM, do I need to roll to understand all this English?
Oh shit.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, make me an English
I'm
roll.
not confident. Nope.
Okay, so as he's speaking, you kind of begin cocking your head, and you're trying to catch it, and all of a sudden, he jerks in your directions, and, es tut mir leid, Herr Eichenwald. Müssen Sie, sprechen Sie eine Englisch oder Deutsch?
Deutsche.
Okay, so as he's speaking, he will begin to cut back into German. And fluent German.
This just got real strange.
Mm-hmm.
At least for me.
Anyway, so, as you all have, well, I am Dr. Francis Morgan, Director of Department 29. The Enlightenment of the 18th century was one of mankind's greatest achievements, but it was one of our greatest mistakes as a species. Yes, the scientific advancement derived from this period has given us wonders unparalleled in human history, but, for the sake of rationalism, Western society has willingly forgotten, or more precisely ignored, the supernatural forces that exist in and outside of our world. Forces that do not care about scientific achievement or our deluded ideas of human progress. Though I doubt this will be of much great shock to most of you. There are, and with this he leans closer in, and in a more hushed voice goes, there are dwellers in the darkness. In lonely, forgotten places where eldritch horrors are worshipped with unhallowed rites. In the dark corners of the earth, things walk that should not be. And at this you see him pause, and you get the impression he's looking past you all, as if seeing old nightmares. With a shudder, he seems to recover from this spell. It was in the midst of the American Civil War that our founder, President Lincoln, realized the danger of such preternatural forces posed to mankind, when it was discovered that the driving force behind the Confederacy was a secret cabal of vampires seeking to create a nation of freely obtainable human chattel.
Lillian is just kind of beside herself. She's kind of looks like a deer caught in the headlights.
Ada keeps opening her mouth like she's about to say something to do with Southern pride, and then keeps shutting it confusedly, then opening it, then closing it.
Gabriel just nodding along like, yeah, makes sense.
Scoff.
Franklin just nods.
Yeah. Scoff if
Isabel.
I'm sorry?
Isabel says, oh, did you bring us here to help you write a story or something? I can only assume the rest of you are authors?
At this...
At that one, Boiler actually laughs, like scoffs to himself.
And at this, he does... Morgan does chuckle a little bit, and one of the pictures on his desk, which you couldn't see, He turns around quickly.
Is that Poe?
Oh.
Yes,
Oh my.
scoff if you will, but among those who fought such menaces, Mr. Lincoln was known as one of the greatest hunters of his age. He recruited various individuals of such knowledge of occult and arcane nature, and created the government organization which eventually became Department 29. While research and study is a large part of our job description, our primary mission is to find, contain, and if possible, destroy supernatural threats against both this nation and mankind, since such horrors do not stop at political borders. This brings us to the... Oops, sorry.
Not to cast any... I'm sorry, I'm just having... I've never heard of this department in such things. I feel... It would have been acknowledged at some point to me in some sort of way?
Well, you see, the reason why you've never heard of Department 29 is you've never heard of Department 29. And we like to keep it that way.
I see. Continue?
Thank you. That brings us to the business at hand. This is Mr. Charles Buckley, professor of archaeology out of the University of Sacramento. His particular field of study is pre-Columbian indigenous civilizations of the American Southwest. For the last decade, Professor Buckley has put forward the hypothesis of a previously unknown native civilization that existed before the Pueblos or any of the known tribes of the region. In some of his writings, he even hinted at a hyper-diffusionist view, that this lost civilization may have been influenced by even older ones. And at this, he takes a little pause and breathes in. Like the lost continent of Mu. This hypothesis is, to use the word, unpopular among the broader scientific and archaeological communities, and has earned him quite a bit of ridicule among his peers. But Buckley persisted in his view, almost fanatically, citing certain discoveries and legends garnered from all over the Southwest. He is known to have spent many weeks on personal expeditions to remote parts of the desert. He may have been looked at as another eccentric researcher, and God knows there are enough. But 3 weeks ago, the University of Sacramento...
Sorry.
Sorry. But 3 weeks ago, the University of Sacramento received a telegram from Buckley. It read, "Have found city of the forgotten tribe. Stop. Discovery to turn modern archaeological record on head. Stop. Will return with full findings within a week. Stop." This was the last anyone has heard from Charles Buckley. He did not return within the week, and, since the telegram, no one has seen hide nor hair of the archaeologist. Even this would not be too much cause for alarm on our part. The Southwest is a perilous place, after all. Desert heat, wildlife, and bandits have been the death of many a researcher. Yet, not 2 days later, one of our European offices intercepted part of a communique concerning Charles Buckley from Reichsfuhrer and second-in-command to Herr Hitler himself, Heinrich Himmler.
Oh, God.
He takes a moment.
That pulls Boiler's attention back.
You hear some cursing from the German in the room?
I couldn't have said it better myself. While we don't know to whom the message was sent to, we were able to decipher that Himmler wants Buckley found and any information he possesses retrieved. Unfortunately, we were not able to decode this message till much after the fact. It is in all likelihood that German agents have already begun the search for Buckley and, with his disappearance, may have found him. At this, he pauses and looks at you all expectantly, as if waiting for any questions you may have.
Scheiße.
So, what can we do about this? Why are we here, acknowledging this?
Get
I'm
right to
very
the...
sorry. I think you should get someone a little more qualified than little old me for this.
Oh, no. Well, therein lies a problem. Unfortunately, we're stretched thin at the moment due to the Nazis' recent movements. They've been sending teams to scour the globe for artifacts that will provide proof of their master race absurdity. In places like Scandinavia and in Egypt, They already have established major dig sites. It is not merely pieces of pottery that they seek, though. We have reason to believe they are searching for things of far more powerful and dark nature. As it stands, our department is being run ragged, just trying to keep up with them. We've learned that their blasted SS, the Schutzstaffel unit, is planning an expedition to Tibet as early as next year, and God only knows what they're going to be up to there. As it stands, we simply do not have the manpower to properly deal with this situation, and, quite frankly, I have very limited options. I need you to find Charles Buckley, find out what he discovered, and why it has the Germans' panties in a twist. And with this, he starts kind of moving those envelopes that you saw him get out of the larger envelope, and starts kind of opening them and leafing through papers. Each of you, all of you in one way or another, have skills and experience I believe will be of aid in this endeavor. And Miss Woodward, sorry.
Yes?
It is... You say you don't have any skills that can aid in this? If it wasn't for your writings, I wouldn't be able to collect this crew you see in front of you.
I'm sorry, what?
Lillian turns around and kind of gives her the hairy eyeball.
Oh yes, many of your all of your escapades have been made quite famous thanks to Miss Woodward's writings.
What escapade? I have not been on any escapades. I'm sorry, good sir.
Oh, well, most of you, I have to say, you, Miss Pemberton, I discovered through my sources, through various, shall we say, incidents that occur around the nation. Though that was definitely one of the larger ones in Georgia for quite some time. Not since the war.
My apologies.
Oh no, it was quite brilliant. Hence why you are here. Their loss is now our gain.
Sure, I've written about quite a few characters, but I'm not sure what you're saying. I've written about them?
Well, yes. Don't you recognize Mr. Robert the Boiler McCullen?
I mean, he
Fear and
does very much resemble a character that I've written about, but...
Mr. Gabriel Eichenwald, right hand of the Vatican and feared among all the darker circles.
Huh.
Franklin Smoth, the once great researcher and intellectual, now brought low, and yet still wandering the countryside, stopping evil where he might be found, whenever it threatens.
Bug out a little bit.
Are you telling me that the people that I wrote about were real?
Oh, quite. And whether you realize it or no, you've been able to tap into something, which we may very well need.
I don't know what to say. I will gladly help in any way I can.
In German, he answers back quickly. Oh yes, I've been talking with your superiors, and they've okayed this little leave of absence. So, all of you, as I've said, in one way or another, have skills and experience I believe will be of aid in this endeavor. I truly hope whatever lies in the end of this will be some crumbling ruins in the sand. But my heart tells me there's something foul brooding out there in the desert. Something that should have remained lost. At this, a knock is heard at the door. I thought I said we weren't to be disturbed, Susan. The door opens a crack, and the secretary sheepishly pokes her head through. I know, sir, I'm sorry, but it's Danforth. He says it's urgent. Morgan gives a sigh. Well, he never says anything is urgent unless it is quite past that point. Damn it. He stands up, grabbing his cane. I'll take it out there, Susan. My apologies. My apologies all, but this may be important. Take some moments to think about it. I won't be long. He briskly walks out past you, barely even making use of the cane in this familiar environment. The secretary opens the door to let him through. After he passes, she takes a quick glance in again. Looking at you all, she smiles apologetically. May I get you all anything to drink? Some coffee or tea, perhaps?
Some sweet tea if you have any.
Sweet tea?
Coffee would be delightful.
Coffee would be lovely, darling.
Coffee?
I'll take a water.
Water?
Tea.
Tea? All right. Anybody else?
Coffee.
Coffee? And okay, she quickly makes a mental note of everybody's order. I'll be right back with those. And she gently closes the door. At this point, all of you are alone for the moment.
Well, we seem to be in quite the interesting predicament.
Mm.
Lillian just kind of looks at the room with wide eyes. All of you have odd experiences?
I would hardly call my experiences odd, but I suppose I need to reevaluate what I call odd given the current information.
Odd experiences, more like they experience me.
Gabriel just goes back to tilting his head.
I don't know what's very odd about, riding the rails and all that, besides, the stuff that I found out about the government, what they're doing behind the scenes.
What the government's doing behind the scenes?
You don't know?
I mean, no.
Well, let me tell you.
Oh.
Takes a big swig of whiskey
Oh my.
and starts going on about postal service and how it's run by lizard people. And, it's probably lizard people that are a part of this problem because the Southwest is warm and lizards like warmth.
As soon as the word lizard comes out, Boiler just rolls his eyes and goes pays attention to something else.
Lillian tries to politely disengage from this lecture.
Oh, there's no disengaging.
He has you now.
Oh boy.
You've expressed interest. That was your first mistake.
Ada's listening, raptly nodding occasionally, but internally she's completely checked out.
Gabriel's gonna head over to the door and see if he can't, listen to what's going out in the hall a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Is there any way I can aid him in that? Because I was thinking the exact same thing.
Sure, actually. If you both want to kind of lean your head against the door and,
Gabriel will
yeah.
eye up, we'll look Boiler in the eyes and just scooch over a little bit.
Well, I would say you would make the check at a disadvantage, with a penalty die because you don't speak English very well. But with Boiler there, if the two of you were to confer about what you heard, I would let you make this check at a listen check.
All right,
I'll be okay with that.
Okay.
we'll confer best we can. Oh yes.
What's
That's
your
a
listen?
hard success.
Oh, a hard. And
Regular success.
regular section? Okay. Okay, as you are listening, you hear kind of the clanking of dishes a little bit, and sense the which you take to be the secretary preparing your drinks. But over that, you hear in a quiet voice, "Well, how soon? Well, are you able to go back there? We all know how you escaped from that place." Well, not since... Yes. Well, let's see what we can throw together, but we're already stretched thin. But if they send an expedition there, I doubt. And at this point, you hear the knocking get a little bit closer, and you realize the secretary is carrying a tray towards you.
I'm gonna grab the door and open it out of the way.
Okay.
Mhm.
She, as you kind of catch her in the process of almost reaching for the door, kind of like half balancing the tray. Oh, thank you.
Gabe will just point to his ears. Good hearing.
And she chuckles a little bit and brings in the tray. And on the tray is everybody's order of tea, sweet tea, coffee, water. There's some sugar. There's cream. And she just she puts everything down on the edge of the desk.
Lillian's goes, "Oh, what do you know? Look, there's coffee. I'm just going to go fix myself some coffee. We'll have to continue this later." She like swiftly breaks away from him.
Yes, of course. Tea as well. I think I'll join her.
And she
practically see the cloud outlines from where they were once.
Yeah.
he thinks he's still talking to them, but it's just like the cloud hand he's like shaking. But yeah, so she smiles and then quickly leaves the room. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I'm gonna drink my tea.
Cool.
I think Lillian would like
It's
to.
it's very good tea. Very good
And
black tea.
confer with Mr. McCullen.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about 4 words between the two of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, between the two of you, you basically are able to understand that they were talking obviously about some kind of expedition.
Reinforcing whatever was going on.
And the man he was talking to on the phone, who you assume to be Danford, is apparently escaped from somewhere. Or, yeah, going back to somewhere he apparently escaped from before. And just barely.
Lillian would like to look at the books again in the room, but maybe more closely, especially the odd Eastern language books.
Oh, okay.
Would any of those happen to look familiar to her scrap of paper?
Oh, okay. Yes, make me a spot hidden check.
Woohoo. Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
You take
I think that's a hard success.
Okay. You take a little bit extra time to look at specifically the books that have more Eastern languages. Just from taking a quick look at it, you can tell that whatever languages they may have some cursory similarities from what you have, and you've basically memorized visually what's on that scrap of paper, just staring at it for hours. It's nothing seems to match.
Mm.
And there are quite a few Eastern languages. Somebody has a feat that deals with languages, don't they? Over.
Oh, I muted myself. Sorry. Why, yes.
Okay. Remind me again what you need to do for that?
Basically, it's a. Let's see, where was it? Yeah, I can. At a glance, I can tell what the language is.
Okay.
And I get a bonus die to my language rules.
Okay. Yeah. So you just kind of looking like now that your chatting companions have left you. You see Lillian kind of taking a bit closer look at the shelf, and from what you can tell, the books she's looking at are of Chinese origin. There's some Japanese there. There looks to be some Korean, from what you can tell. Just some very. You're not sure exactly what they say, but of course you don't know these languages.
Mm-hmm.
But they're pretty standard East Orient languages.
So what you looking at here? You got some Korean books here, and some Japanese books, and which one you looking at?
Well, I mean, not anything too particular. I'm trying to find a match to. Well, she pulls out a thin very thin black ledger from a bag and opens it up, and there is a very carefully kept and pressed piece of paper that looks a little soggy and a little runny, but still has some clear letters. She opens it and shows you. If you have any idea how to read this.
Hey, Topher.
Yep.
Make me a sanity check.
All right, just diving right in. That's just the a roll against
Yep.
the. Okay. I failed it.
Oh.
So I got higher than
Yeah.
60.
Yeah, you did.
Oh boy.
Oops, sorry. Okay.
So
As you're just you're listening to her, you're smiling along, you're just enjoying the conversation, and you just happen to glance down at this piece of paper she holds at you, and you don't see you see the letters, and then all of a sudden it is a rush of just images, of pictures, of you alone in a room, of insignia scrawled on a wall that may or may not be blood. You hear howlings of winds, of voices, and then it stops. And take one hit of sanity.
Oh.
And what? Yes.
Oh.
And
The
you
blood
are
room
just
was
kind
especially nice.
yeah, you just you just kind of step back reeling a little bit.
See, I
And
just
you know you
goes
don't want to
down
look. Yeah, you do not want to look at this again. Whatever it is.
I stumble back to my chair and take another drink, a long one.
I see this effect that it had on him, and I just instantly like shut it and put it away, and I'm just like, oh my god, I am so sorry. I have never seen it do something like that to someone who didn't touch it. Are you okay?
Is everything all right?
He just looks back at you, looks at his cup. Yeah, 1 second. So, what were we talking about?
At this point, the door opens again, and Francis Morgan walks in. All right, sorry about that. Sorry, it was in fact something urgent, but it can be dealt with at a later time. So, where were we? Oh yes, and he walks around the desk again, and quickly starts kind of looking at the files again. Yes. So,
Point, something that's going on in my head.
Mhm.
While he's talking, can Boiler grab one of the books off the shelves and just open it?
Sure.
Is it actual letters?
Oh yeah.
So it's not Braille.
No.
Okay. He's just gonna kind of raise a finger real quick, not thinking. So how do you read these?
Oh, my secretary usually does that for me.
So she would know what's in these books.
I mean, she's good at dictating, but yes.
Slowly puts it back on the shelf.
Lillian looks really uneasy, like she wants to ask the doctor a question, but isn't quite sure how.
So, yes. If now, obviously, you will be compensated. I believe if upon finding Professor Buckley and recovering him, and I am willing to offer you each $5,000.
Well then,
I'm sorry, what?
Oh my Lanta.
The South shall rise again.
I got the vapors.
I'm just channeling my sister right now.
300 was more than I ever expected. 5,000.
I'm giving you this both as as a indication of how serious I put this situation, and as by showing you the, I believe, the danger as well.
I see.
Where
Well,
was this location?
Yes. I need you to head to Albuquerque, New Mexico. That is the last known location of of Charles Buckley. He is known to have a apartment there. Any indication of where he might have gone, what he might be doing, it's a good place to start. Of course, all the travel arrangements have been made.
At the mention of New Mexico, Gabriel's just going to shake his head.
That's mighty bold of you to make the travel arrangements before knowing if we were going to sign on or not.
Well, I was hoping at least some of you would.
Fair enough.
Doctor,
I'll
as you
go.
would know, I am terribly interested in what your department is doing, and as you know, I am also searching for something. Do you believe that what you're suspicious of is related to anything that might help me find my friend?
At this, you see him sit back, and a look of concern does come across his face. I honestly don't know. Now, if you were to accept this mission, we do not have time right now to go into details, but I am aware of some strange happenings with your mentor, and were you to come back from this mission, I would definitely put the department's resources and considerable know-how to try to solve this dilemma. You have my word on that.
That would be the most payment you could give me.
Oh, good. So you don't need that $5,000. Oh, thank God. We can get that new coffee
Well, let's
machine
not
again.
get hasty here.
I would still like that $5,000.
And, okay. Yes, of course. Obviously. So, will you help us?
I will help.
Thank you, Miss Dabney.
So, what do you need me for?
You seem to have all kinds of knowledge about how to deal with spooks, I believe the term your bosses and co-workers use.
I prefer hindrance of business, but
Spooky hindrances of business. Though you may not have some of the more academic knowledge, your practical knowledge of how to deal with stranger threats, I think would serve this group very well.
all right, I'll go.
Very well, thank you.
Hell, I don't know what you're gonna do with a chemist like me, but I honestly probably shouldn't turn down the money, and it can't be worse than my previous employers, so count me in.
How very practical of you.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's got to keep an eye on you government taps.
Of course, and what better way to keep an eye on than keeping your enemies close?
Exactly.
He kind of gives you a wink. Which you can't see
Beneath his
because it's
welder's
behind the
goggles.
glass.
So Franklin attempts to wink back, but successfully winks both eyes.
All right. Did everybody respond?
I think so. Lexi? I don't know if
What?
you did or not.
What about you, Miss Woodsworth? Was it author lady, creepy, possibly all-seeing author lady?
All seeing, I don't know if I would say that, but as an author, I hardly think I could turn down the chance. Imagine the stories that could come from this. I already am. So I'll go with. I'll join you.
Just promise me if you write a novel about this, you change my name, because the last thing I need is my poor daddy's heart exploding.
I will make sure to keep. I will make sure to keep all identities private and give proper. There's a word for it. Never mind.
Anonymity?
We'll correct it in post.
We'll fix it in post.
That's what
There'll
editing is for.
just be this bad ADR right there. Whatever
I
word.
hate all of you.
All right, excellent. So, I have arranged lodging for you tonight. You are going to be on the first train out tomorrow morning.
All right then. That's so soon. Okay.
Yes. So, if you need time, obviously, to gather whatever supplies you might need, there are several stores. Susan can direct you to some if you might need any, and we will have transportation to you for you to the hotel.
What do we? So we just have to find the guy. What happens when we do? How do we contact you?
Oh, you can here.
We bring him back here.
Yes. Well, you will be able to contact me either by phone or by telegraph. Susan will have the numbers for you.
I think I have about everything I should need, though I wouldn't mind stopping by a grocery store briefly before we leave tomorrow. Something tells me I'll need to pick some stuff up.
Of course.
Is the train heading straight to New Mexico?
Well, obviously, it's making stops along the way. I believe that route will have it stop in various places, from New York to Chicago, and then various places in between. But it's fairly a straight route, yes. It should take about a 3-day journey.
Okay.
I don't have any complaints about it yet.
Could we have the address of his apartment?
Yes. And again, Suzanne will have that for you.
Okay.
All right then. Well, thank you.
Oh, no,
Indeed.
thank you. Thank you all very much. And don't hesitate to call or contact us if you need anything. If you are unsure, and especially if you run into any problems along the way.
Oh, okay.
And each of you, he kind of stands up, goes around, starts shaking each of your hands. I do not wish to underestimate the danger you all might be going in. Obviously, there are foreign agents to deal with, and I think you all have heard the news over the last few years about the Nazis. These might be the worst of the worst you're dealing with, so keep on your guard. And again, there may be even stranger things ahead. Season 3. Anyway, so thank you all for coming, and please leave.
Please leave. All right.
All right.
Good day, sir.
Good day. Thank you.
Don't need to know English to understand that one.
Getting yours.
Yep. Lillian starts leaving, going to the secretary, getting the debriefing.
Yes, and she hands you a piece of paper with both the maybe. We'll talk about it, David. So yeah, she hands you a paper with the information and the numbers you need and the address for Charles Buckley's apartment.
Cool.
All right. Cool. So
There's that.
yes.
Mhm.
There it is. Now, we have been going for about 2 hours right now. I think, sorry, this is either a good place to take a break if you want to, or we can stop here if this is getting too late for some of you.
Oh, it's only 8 o'clock. I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm good
I
to
wouldn't
go.
mind taking a short, like 5-minute break, but
Well,
How
let's
about
just.
we call it
Yeah.
10 and Lexi and I go get some caffeine?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Go take a 10-minute.
or I do laundry.
Both work.
Yeah, take a 10-minute break, guys. Get refreshed. Come back. I'm going to get some liquid refreshment.
Okay.
Two.
I'll be back.
Cool.
Cool.
Meh.
Cuckoo, ka-choo.
Bye.
Meh.
For now.
For now.
So am I the only one still hanging around, or?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. It's so amazing so far.
Yeah, I'm liking it so far.
And the envelope.
that was a neat touch. Like looking at that is really fucking cool. Chalfont Haddon Hall, room 218.
I Google Street Viewed mine.
Yeah, I'll have to look up mine real quick.
It's so pretty looking. I'm above a clothing store. In a very pretty neighborhood.
Oh, shit. Mine's apparently a casino.
That fits.
Oh, it's in Atlantic City.
Wrong address.
No. That's where I am. Room 218, Boardwalk, Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Oh.
The Chalfont Haddon Hall Luxury Beachfront Hotel.
I'm near a park. In the middle of downtown Atlanta. I'm near several parks. I'm right in the heart of the city, which is awesome.
Interesting.
I've never actually been to Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, yeah?
I've flown through Atlanta, Georgia. I've never actually visited. Don't worry, Nona. Everything will be clean. I crispied my... Just shy. Didn't fully burn it, thankfully.
Crispy.
I've been making quesadillas this whole time. On push to talk. With my mouse near me, and the push to talk button being the center mouse wheel, so I could, like, be cooking across the room and push the button. Welcome back, Josh.
Good to be back. Thank you.
It's going awesome so far.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
I think so.
I love it.
I think the awkward pauses are just because nobody knows what to interact with the rest of the group yet.
No, it's fine. It's fine, and obviously that's why I'm trying to give people some time. And now we have some time. Obviously, the first part just had to be kind of an info dump.
Yep.
I am of the opinion that the awkward silences add to it because it perfectly encapsulates the group. Ooh, I like that music.
Nice.
Oh, and I forgot to mention there are Easter eggs hidden throughout this.
Noticed a couple. It's been really hard because I'm like, Ada doesn't know what any of those books are, but Maddie's like, wait a minute, what? Wait, who? Crowley? Really? Nice choice.
Yes, and
Like,
not
I read that book.
and not just the books. I'm just gonna say out of character. Just pay attention to maybe place names, people names, that kind of stuff. Who knows?
I know the one guy we met with, his name is weirdly familiar, and I don't know why.
Wow, totally forgetting his name.
What, the director?
Yeah.
Shit. Hold on. I got it right.
Yeah, I know. I have it.
The letter.
Morgan.
Francis Morgan.
Francis Morgan. There we go. Sorry, I kept thinking Danford or yeah. So yeah, so if you do discover or if you do figure it out like out of game, don't spoil it in game.
I don't want to say anything that I, you know, just because I don't want to spoil anything.
All right, I am back.
Welcome back.
Up here. So question,
Yes.
Josh. When I looked at her paper, do I recognize the language?
It wasn't so much you recognized the language, it's just
Like,
whatever
so memory just-
whatever brief glimpse you got, it just triggered something.
Okay.
Like something familiar
All right.
and something repressed.
Yep. And we're gonna go ahead and just tuck that back down there. Got good, solid adult.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
I've got blueberries.
Yay!
Yay.
I've got Old Bag.
Old bag?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
The whiskey.
Oh, yes.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have taken that oak cart from John Alexi's house, though. Fuck. Oh, well. That's still left over from Colossal.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, it's been a month and a half. Shut up.
Oh, okay, that's true. I keep forgetting, like, it hasn't been that long ago. It just feels like an age.
It really does. Sugar doilies. What the hell?
Hmm?
So apparently they have sugar doilies now, which are laser cut patterns from sugar, flattened sugar.
Oh, yeah!
That you can put on top of your tea, and it dissolves into it.
It's so aesthetic as hell. I need it.
I'll post it in real
Well, it's
quick.
like those sugar skulls that you can get.
Those are offerings, though, traditional.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Maddie. I haven't seen... I'm sorry, which reference were you talking about? Maddie? I'm sorry, I just saw your message.
I posted it in general if anybody wanted to just see it.
Hey, Maddie, did you hear me? Okay, I guess you might.
Maddie.
It's okay.
I forgot that I have it on push to talk, and I answered and realized that you didn't hear me. I meant to say the director's name.
Oh,
Is it A, B, C, or one I don't know?
it's
Or is it
more
yes?
it's more closely related to C.
Okay.
That's all I'm letting on.
Okay.
Okay, when did I declare a break?
Not sure.
I'll
Yeah,
say
me neither.
I'll say it was around 8:12 or whatever. So
That sugar doily is awesome.
yeah, I know.
Right? That's pretty freaking cool. People come up with the most awesome shit. The worst shit, but the awesome shit too. Oh, cool. American Pickers are going to be in Mid-Michigan this fall.
Hmm.
Oh, nice.
I like watching that every now and then. They come up with some real interesting stuff in people's barns. Oh, why am I not logged in? What?
Logged into what?
Reddit.
I don't know.
It's weird. What do you call a dinosaur that takes care of its teeth?
What?
Velociraptor.
Alright, I'll give everybody another minute. Welcome back, David.
This is great hold music.
Yeah,
I like this.
I spent a while searching for good 30s mood music.
It's delightful.
It seems to me I've heard that song before. It's from an old familiar score. I know it well, that melody. It's funny how a theme
Ooh.
What?
Who did
There
they
is?
reveal?
Oh shit. I have to go to my streaming service now. Where is it?
Alright, John and Lexi, are you guys back?
Song before. The lyrics said forevermore, forevermore's a memory. Please have them play
Oh, my streaming service just has the Reunited on it. That's the most recent.
just when I heard that lovely song
Aw, it's a perfect evening for you, David. Okay. Smack John.
John smacked.
Good.
Really, John? John's gonna be another minute because apparently he has to go to the bathroom suddenly.
Okay, we'll wait.
God, I hope so. Been waiting on that forever.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting on what?
White Diamond, Steven Universe.
Oh, I don't watch Steven Universe.
I know they premiered the new episode at Comic-Con.
Of course I did.
but I know we'll meet again
Well,
some sunny day.
Oh man, I love this song.
Mhm.
Oh, I think one of the speakers in my headphones just died.
No, that happened to me too. It's the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
No, it's like it happened to me. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is the
It's just the song.
yeah. Whoever
Okay.
uploaded it was it.
Because I started thinking that too. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, it's
No,
only
this-
the one headset now.
No, it's a song. It's a song.
Okay, good. Good.
all right, John will be back in like 30 seconds.
Cool. Tell him to pee faster.
Well, I mean, he's already going upstairs, so I think he's done. If he's not, we have a problem.
Okay.
What's this we you speak of?
There he is.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Apparently, because I muted before I took my headset off, it knocked me over to the AFK channel.
Weird.
Nice.
Fucking thanks, Discord.
Thanks, Discord. All right. So, I'm terribly sorry. I did forget to mention this before the game started. But there are Easter eggs. So
Yeah. Bob apparently nailed one looking at the fucking letters you sent us,
Yeah.
but he won't share.
Good. Tell him not to.
I'm going to encourage him now.
Yeah. So again, but if you guys figure it out outside of game, that's fine. Just don't spoil it for everybody. Anyway, so everybody ready? Everybody good? Bladder's empty. Glass is full.
Also,
Yes.
stomachs.
Yes, good.
Stomach's
Yep.
also full.
Excellent. Alrighty. So, when we had last left off, you had exited the office, gotten the information you needed, numbers, and where to send telegrams to, and the address of Mr. Buckley's apartment. And you have made your way downstairs and out to the street.
I did have a question for the secretary.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Do they have any men on the ground in Albuquerque?
I'm afraid not. We're stretched thin. The nearest men that we'd have are in South America, I'm afraid.
We make do.
All right, I hope so. The director has been very excited to get you all here, and he's very hopeful with all of you.
All right. Well, now we're making for shenanigans.
Cool. You make your way downstairs on the street, but something's not right. There's one of you specifically feels like you're being watched. Rachel. There's a strange feeling that there's something watching you. Almost as if it's in the room with you. Just looking at you.
Muted?
Maybe.
Was she not back yet?
No, she was back.
That's two here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm here. I was on mute. I'm sorry. I forgot. I was eating a chip.
So
I do the same thing
Yes.
all the damn time.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, she
yes,
does.
Rachel.
I would like to make a spot hidden, I guess.
I mean, you're
or-
gonna have to do that on your own. It's probably right next to you, right
Oh.
around you in that room, Rachel. As you sit at that desk on that computer.
I'm not at a desk or I'm very uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, that's a bleed off effect for sure.
Yeah. Well, you're just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. This overwhelming feeling of being watched, of something evil in the room with you. Shame. All right, let's get back into it.
No, wait! I'm so uncomfortable right now. I'm not wearing pants.
Wow.
People, but as long as I have pants on.
Wow. Woo, really glad I wasn't taking a drink there. I would have gone all over the computer.
It's okay. It's fine.
I feel like he's trying to tell you something. I just wish I could give
There it is. There it
I
is.
heard that through the headset.
Who put this here?
So, okay, for everybody else who's not in the know, we have a little tradition. among my Call of Cthulhu players, mainly with me and Rachel. I have this little figure, this like fake artifact, like Cthulhu artifact, like a museum artifact that somebody, like this production company made. And it's been a tradition where whenever she would come over to play Call of Cthulhu, I would hide it somewhere in the room. And then randomly, like in the game, say there's something watching you, and just watch her freak out as she tries to find it in the room. What makes this even better is she's 2.5 hours away from me. I wonder how that got there.
Huh, I
How
wonder.
did it get here? Don't forget not.
Call it magic. Call it true.
All right.
So considering you've been planning this for 3 months, I don't doubt for a moment that you played the long game with this one.
It sounds like this whole game is Josh plays the long game.
I'm certainly glad I'm in Ohio.
I'm kind of happy I'm in Michigan. I
About
don't
to
know.
say, are all of you really safe now? Are you?
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, I've got a shotgun and some grandparents that says I am.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be real honest. This is actually just a game preparing you all for a real mission. I'm about to take you all to South America in a couple months.
Sweet.
Can we
Oh,
Have your
cool.
passports and
Yeah.
visas
visit
ready.
Brazil?
No.
Please.
I'll
You
put
jest, but I would
that.
love that.
We have to visit Brazil briefly. I
Okay.
have some friends down there.
We'll travel
A
by
friend
map.
in particular.
Shut up.
Uh-huh. All right. Cool. All right, that was fun. Back in the game. So, you guys find yourself on the streets of New York City. New York.
Boiler's gonna kind of peel off and start trying to find a payphone.
Okay.
Do I have library access in New York?
You do. You may not be able to check out any books because you don't have a library card, but you can definitely go in and look at books.
Close enough.
Okay. Yeah, there are many major libraries around the area. Probably the largest one would be the Metropolitan Library of New York.
Would I know of one that specializes in, Southwest United States? A little bit of history, anthropology, perhaps.
Maybe one of the university libraries.
That's what I was thinking. I'm gonna spend a few hours doing some research on the area.
Okay. Make me a library check. And tell me specifically what you're looking for.
Well, that's a fail.
Okay.
I was looking for any information, essentially following along Buckley's lines. Does he look into in those regions?
Okay. All right, so you're going to be doing that, and
Poorly, apparently.
Sarge, I don't think payphones were invented yet.
In the 1930s?
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, I just found a picture of a woman using a payphone around 1930.
Okay, never mind. You're good. Okay, yep, you find a payphone. Who are you calling?
I am going to call. Where is he?
Who are you gonna call?
Frito.
Frida? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm going to call Frito and let him know that I may not be around for a week or two.
Okay. You definitely easily call him up, and he says, why you taking a vacation? What are you doing?
Call it a vacation.
Oh, good. Everybody needs to relax a little bit. You've been uptight, a little high strung.
As though you could tell.
True that. All right. Have a good one.
Bye, Frito.
Click. Okay.
I mean, I gotta let my contact know that I want to be out of reach.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Okay. as you all know, traveling, you're not, even on a train, you're not out of reach. Like, you can send telegrams at stations. People can wire ahead to, especially if you're on a train, they know which station you're going to stop at next. So you're not going to be totally out of contact. But yes. Okay. Anyone else?
Ada would love to go looking for a grocery store or a soda fountain, one of the two.
Easy enough. There are grocery stores all over the city. There's one within a couple blocks.
I'd like to pick up 50 cents worth of Coca-Cola.
Cool.
Some for now, some for later.
Got it. So you pick up a good amount of supplies. Which I believe, if I check my notes real quick on you. 25. Okay. So, yeah. So you know exactly how much you can make then.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Anyone else?
I would like to go and get some new boots.
That is definitely easy enough to do. Oh, by the way, you also spent some of that $300 on a hat, a new rucksack,
and a bottle of whiskey.
And a bottle of whiskey. So,
which is actually probably gone now. I'm gonna need another one of those too. It's doing pretty good at rationing it until that piece of paper.
Yep. Okay, let me look up some prices here. Okay, men's clothing, suit, jeans, tie, vest, boots. Oh, that's modern day. Leave me.
Probably get a new coat too, honestly.
Suit. Okay, we'll just put it as a just new suit. Yeah. So suit would be about $13. We'll put the hat in that. Boots. Boots are about another $7. Good hiking boots.
Okay.
And then transport, non-U.S. vehicles, food, lodging, meals, speakeasy prices. No. And for about a bottle of... You said a bottle of good whiskey?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be about $5.
$5?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
1930s, people.
Oh, man, I've got a nice... This is probably the nicest clothes I've had in a while.
Okay, anyone else? If not, that's perfectly fine.
I was gonna say, I can't think of anything I'd need because I already have all my traveling stuff with me.
Yeah, all of you have, like, a couple changes of clothes. Again, like, as I said, you guys all have, like, toiletries, couple changes of clothes, traveling gear, since you all traveled here.
Yeah, I think,
Robert would probably need to go pick up his stuff from home real quick since he's local.
I would probably go buy a case of bullets for my gun.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that.
Extra bullets. That is easy to go. You just go down to the local grocery store.
Cool.
1930s.
Oh, man. I'm going to get another can of beans.
2 whole cans
bullets.
of beans!
Don't forget the bandages.
Oh, yeah, bandages. That's good. That's good. I'll do that too.
Okay.
Bandages, bullets, and beans.
Okay, I'm looking for bullets. Okay, and Maddie, what ammunition do you use? What's your gun? I'm not Maddie. I'm sorry, Lexi.
Oh. You said I had a 32 revolver?
32? Okay.
Yeah.
You can... 32. You can buy 100 for $5.95.
Yeah, okay.
All right. And who else was getting ammo?
Me, I have a Colt 45.
Colt 45. You can get 100 for $4.43.
I hate
Got
to
it.
hop on the bandwagon, but more bullets does not sound like a bad idea.
More bullets.
Yeah, same.
Bullets.
Is anyone buying extra magazines if they have guns with magazines?
Ooh.
Nope, just a bunch of shotgun shells.
I have a revolver.
Same.
Okay, that's fine. Well, Rachel, your 45 is a pistol, so it would have.
Yeah.
So just do an extra $5, and you got you got 3 extra magazines.
All right, let's do that.
Bef-
So
Before we get on the train,
Mhm.
Gabriel's going to have to pick up some more 45.
More.
But, hey man, at the rate this thing fires,
You're getting a lot.
yeah.
All right, so how many do you want?
Probably 2 backup drums worth.
Okay, each drum is what, 50?
Yep.
So that's again another 443.
443.
443.
Okay.
All right.
I got that. I got that Vatican credit card.
You got that Pope dough.
Hey, company expense.
Put it on the card.
If I'm being seconded to the U.S. government, I was not told I can't use my normal resources.
All of a sudden, telegram rise from the Pope. No.
Too late. Bought it.
No. I get bald.
Oh, that'll take a while.
Okay. I'm sorry. And anybody else who was buying anything that I missed?
How much is
for
the
the shotgun shells?
Oh, you were getting more shells. How many do you want?
I've got this new rucksack. Let's get 100.
363.
363. Sweet.
How much is a pack of 32s?
32s. You can get 100. 595.
5.95. Oh yeah, give me 100. There are more Nazis in that than we've got problems.
If there's more Nazis than that, we've been invaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, who knows, may happen. Is alternate history. All right. Anybody else? Nope. Okay. All right. We'll get back to Gabriel, who is combing the library.
Mm-hmm.
You search, and you're generally looking for legends. You're looking for anything that might have tipped Buckley off, or anything that might have inspired him. Honestly, you're not finding much more than just generic southwestern legends. Legends about thunderbirds, about various creation myths, legends like historical articles about the Pueblos, but really nothing that kind of sticks out to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, damn. I don't suppose this library has a research assistant or a research librarian.
They do, but in all honesty, they cannot give you more than what you find.
Well, that happens.
Yep. And, Sarge, while you are going back and collecting your gear, do you want to talk to anybody else? I mean, this is kind of your haunts. So you might have more resources here than some of the other people.
Do I figure out what everybody needs, or do I just listen in and kind of hear it?
Well, I mean, you can make me an idea roll.
Idea, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Which one's that? Oh, int. Okay. Do. Yeah, I think I made it.
Jeez. Oh, you do. Oh. Okay.
Considering my 1/5 is a 13, I think we're good.
Yeah. That is... Oh, dang.
That's
Okay.
an extreme success.
Yes, you got an extreme success. Okay. Uh, okay, so
I'm gonna anybody that needs bullets. I know a guy.
yes. Well, you know a guy, but more specifically, you obviously know where to get ammunition, you know where to get gear, but you might also know someone who might have some insight on this, or more specifically, not necessarily a someone, but a something.
Okay. A something, huh?
Mm-hmm. There's an individual you know.
Okay. I'm trying to look at my list here.
So, underneath, you know of an individual who you kind of ran across while dealing with. This actually partly involved that incident in the subway. You've heard about them through rumors, through hearsay, whispers from like the homeless population, but there apparently was someone dwelling in the tunnels under New York and kind of like the abandoned subway systems.
Okay.
So they go by the name of Asilius Cedrus.
Don't mind the rapid typing real quick.
No, it's okay.
What was it? Acilius?
Acilius Cdrus. Yeah, Cedrus. Sorry.
Only thing I'm bringing up is freaking people from Pompeii. Okay. So so I would know that there's somebody who might be able to help us in the subways.
Yes, somebody who would have intimate knowledge. Well, yeah, intimate knowledge of definitely more of the weirder things. You've actually gone to them a couple times for
okay. All right.
For information, for help on certain cases.
Okay, is there anything that I need to bring with me for them? Having encountered this person before?
You don't really know. You just know they give information for some sort of payment. The problem is you don't necessarily know what the payment's going to be. Sometimes it's money. Sometimes it's a good amount of alcohol. Sometimes it's information of your own.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I'm going to do this by myself or if I need to take somebody with me. Who wants to go, I should say. Yeah, I'm going to go talk to this person. So the German, who else?
I mean, I've got nothing better to do, and I might as well get used to this.
Yeah, I could meet this entity.
I'm a little bit curious.
I'll follow along at a distance.
Cool. Is everybody going then? David, are you tagging along?
I am going, yes.
Cool.
All right. Boiler basically heaves a big sigh and it's like, I might know somebody that can help. I don't know if they're going to be scared of big groups, though.
Oh. Well, I guess we can wait to the side somewhere.
Oh, I'm about as scary as a timber mouse against a cat.
All right.
All right. Well,
Here, 1 second.
What's up?
Oh, never mind.
What were you rolling for?
Stealth.
Yeah.
I was going to blend into the background. It did not work.
All right.
So, I just imagine that scene from The Emperor's New Groove where Krunk's just up against the wall.
All right. So leading the group down, you go to a local subway and you take a couple stops down the line. You get off, and then you just kind of look both ways carefully, hop down the track, go a little bit down into one of the side service tunnels, and you enter in an older part of the city. Instead of like concrete, you're seeing more bricks. This is definitely an older, abandoned subway system. And even as you go along, you're starting to see more unfinished bits of it, and even old construction tools, buckets, winches. It looks like this was a part where they just didn't finish building, either because funds, safety reasons, who knows, they just never finished. But it emerges into a larger cave system, which started to appear more natural, like more stone walls out of the living earth. And you're not sure if these have always been here. I mean, it's not something you usually hear about, is a cave system under a major city that hasn't been discovered. But it's definitely here. And in this cave system is Acilia Cedrus. Now, what's odd about this, especially for you, Robert, is every time you've gone down here, and it's been a few, it's been a different person. One time it was definitely a stronger, taller man, bald, hawk-like nose, very Romanesque. Another time it was an older woman of Mediterranean look. Another time it was actually a young girl who almost looked Native American, Central Native American, but spoke to you in the same voice and the same way as an adult would, and it was chilling. And as you go down, you round a corner and you start hearing humming. Early in the morning. And
Drunken sailor?
you round the corner, and in this section is a room lit by lanterns, torches, candles, various accoutrements. There are piles of random things like trunks, chests, some books, yes, but also clothing, and just, it honestly looks like a hoarder's corner. It looks like somebody just raided the back room of a museum and brought it down here. And standing in the middle of it all, humming while looking through what looks like a microscope, is a man, tall, about 6'2", big red beard. What looks like a combination of modern clothes, but clothes more suited towards like the early 1700s. So he's got like high captain's boots, but he's got a modern button-up shirt, but like a captain's coat. And as you all kind of come down this carven staircase in the stone, he turns around. "Oh, McCullen, me lad! How goes it? It's been a while since I've seen you."
With the money I paid you last time, you should be able to afford a better outfit, Asilis.
I did. Don't you see me shirt? And you look and see, yeah, it's a pretty nice button-up shirt underneath a very raggy old captain's coat.
It looks very nice on you.
Oh, I thank you. Oh, you brought guests this time. So.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it'd be okay, but I needed some information.
Oh, information, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Something big's going down. You wouldn't be with this many people.
Usually not with as many people to begin with.
Aye, that's true. You're kind of a lone wolf there. Aye. And then he takes a quick swig from a bottle of what looks like some very expensive cognac.
I'm just gonna point at each person in turn and just rattle off first names real quick.
He nods and says hello to all of you as well. Oh, welcome to me humble abodes. And he gives you a very exaggerated bow. My name be Acilius Cedrus.
Lillian kind of does a curtsy with her long coat.
Ada, pleased to make your acquaintance.
So, What can I do you for?
We're looking for somebody.
Looking? Well, depends. Is the person alive or dead?
We don't know.
Dead be
That's what we
easier.
were tasked. I'm going to give them essentially as much information as I can without being overly revealing.
Okay, so bare bones, not even necessarily.
I'm going to leave out Department 29 and
Okay.
why we all got tasked for it. Just this dude's found, forgotten tribe. Now he's disappeared. We don't know what's going on. We've been hired to find him.
What was the man's name again? I'm sorry.
Oh, it was Charles Buckley. Mr. Charles Buckley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not to be confused with Jeff Buckley, which is what I keep thinking every time you say his last name.
Sorry. Charles Buckley, eh?
Doctor. I'm sure you'd appreciate that.
Well, no, he's a mister, actually. Never got his doctorate.
So you do know him.
Oh, if you read some of the things I do, he pops up quite a bit. Let me see, he starts digging through some of the, some larger books, and they look to be compendiums of, academic publishings. So, yes. Let me open it up here. Let me see. Yes, the Forgotten Tribe of the American Southwest and its connections to the lost continent of Mu. Fine reading, that one.
That sounds incredibly helpful.
Not really. It's a bit of shite, honestly. He shuts it. So, what do you want to know?
Where is he?
Oh!
Is he alive, dead, last location? I'm trying to find somebody, Asilius. You gotta give me something to work with there.
Well, he's in the American Southwest.
We've gathered that.
Oh, good! Then what do you need me for?
Anybody else got any ideas?
Well, sir, I don't suppose you'd happen to know who might be after him, or who might have some interest in him, besides the known sources.
Oh, I know.
Or more specifically, anything that might be there.
Oh, that's worth a lot more.
I'm going to look at everybody. Be very careful what you say next.
What are we talking about worth? What are you interested in?
What am I interested in? And he starts looking at each of you. And it's not so much looking at you, but looking through you. Honestly, you almost feel embarrassed because it feels like he's leering at you and you don't have any clothes on. That's the impression you're getting.
Can I do a psychology read on him?
Oh, you can.
Cool, let's see how that works.
This guy seems like the type to want to ask your firstborn.
Oh, are you offering?
No.
I say,
no.
Miss Wartwood, I don't speak very frequently, but when I do, I mean when I say.
Are you saying he is the type?
He just kind of goes back to looking at Bacillus.
So, how do pushes work again?
Pushes is... Okay, you have to tell me what you are doing to push this roll. Not only that you're rolling again, but what are you doing? So, you failed a psychology check. So, what are you going to do to try to figure out more about him? So just from looking at him, you're not able to read much. He seems easygoing, but in his eyes are doors and windows and rooms all locked shut.
Not sure I can do much. I think just on a read like that I failed, I feel like she would be like, this is somebody who I'm not even sure I would want to push that barrier. So I think she might leave it be as far as it is right now until she can hear a request from him.
I turn to Ada and whisper, "This guy looks Irish. I wonder if he brought his fairies with him."
No, I didn't bring me fairies. Neither did Jonathan O'Brien, who you now see before you. He was.
Yep.
He was. I hired him to take me from the old world to the new, but he got a little too curious and a little too greedy.
Don't they all?
Are you implying you stole his identity, like his social security card, or are we talking something more? I suddenly feel uncomfortable more than I thought I could be.
Oh, I didn't steal anything since he didn't have need of it anymore.
All right, Acellus, stop scaring him.
Oh my.
Okay, Franklin's.
Franklin's gone.
That's enough. There's things
so you're going back up through the tunnels?
Yep. Okay.
Hang on. Make me a navigation check.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Navigation. I've made it.
Oh, you did? Okay. So, thankfully you were paying attention, and you're used to, like, going underground. You're used to weird wandering mazes of subways and sewer systems. So, you were actually pretty good about keeping track of all the turns and twists, and you actually made your way back out to the subway stop. So,
Okay.
all right. Having a bit of fun with the newbies. I would say, for this information, there's no way you came... And he looks at you, Robert. There's no way you came upon this yourself. No way. Who put you up to this? You tell me that. And I'll tell you something. Something about who's behind it. Oh, don't throw up on me, carpet.
Oh no, he pulls out his rosary and he's just like, nope.
You've asked several things before, Acellus. Why this now? You know I may look dumb, but I'm not.
Oh, I know that. I know that from all of the things that that underestimated you as well, and now aren't in this world anymore.
Oh, that's most foreboding sounding.
You'd probably see his hands start to tighten into fists, but he keeps the straight face.
Because there are things beginning to move. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, that are dreamt of in our philosophies. There are things that have been waiting for a long time. And now, maybe stars are starting to align. I'd just like to know who all the pieces are on the board.
I'll give you one piece of information.
All right.
Department 29. Oh boy.
The blind fool, eh? So he's getting involved. Oh, this is good. This is good. And he begins.
Do try to contain yourself, sir.
He begins to talk quickly at himself, in a language. Who here speaks Latin?
Would the priest, perhaps?
Do you have it?
I think we put a few points into it.
Yeah.
speak Latin.
I do, but I walked away.
Probably for the best.
Okay, both of you make me Latin rolls.
Oh, for once, Rollo. Nope.
No.
Okay.
Mm.
He is talking very quickly to himself, and you're not able to catch it because it's not like Roman Catholic. It's not Mass Latin. This is old. This is archaic. This is something you're not familiar with. And he comes out of it.
Oh boy.
That was a piece. That was a piece worth. Well,
We'll make sure that the return is worth it as well.
it is. Beware.
That's it.
Beware der schwarzen Sonne.
I want to.
Come again.
I was about to say he kind of peeks over at the German to see what the reaction is.
Der schwarzen Sonne. The black sun.
And Gabriel's response is, "Come again."
You didn't give me specifics. So, that's as best as I can do. Isabel, no. Well, actually, hang on.
Does that phrase mean anything to me?
Can I make an occult roll?
Yes,
I was about to ask.
yeah.
Occult?
Yeah, actually, everybody who can make me. Yes, I was about to say if you want
Yes.
to.
Ooh, I got a critical.
I got a regular, but I finally succeeded at something.
So hang on. Shadow, weird sound, mythos knowledge. What is? Hey David, what is the specific talent lore? Has knowledge, know that occupational interest, skill points, invest. Okay, yeah. So David, make a. You should have skill points allocated towards it. Make a theosophy roll. Oh, okay, you didn't. Okay, so who? Okay,
I got
sorry.
a hard success.
Hard
for
success?
occult.
Anybody else? John?
Yep. Regular success.
Regular success, Tony?
No, I didn't even get a success.
Okay. You know, okay, sorry, who got the, John, you got the regular success, Rachel, you got the hard success, right?
Yes.
Okay. John, you know, in many parts of alchemy, the black sun is often used as a dichotomy for the regular sun symbol. It's kind of like the yin and yang, the male-female type thing, very high theoretical stuff. You're aware it exists. You're not really sure of the significance. Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
You, in all your traveling circles, you're not sure exactly where you heard it, but you definitely, you're remembering that, and you're remembering something about the Thule Society, Bavaria. You're not exactly sure what, but they seem to go together.
Oh,
The Soul Society in where?
The
Bavaria.
Thule Society, Thule, in Bavaria. It may have been like as you were traveling around, you were having dinner, somebody was talking about something, somebody was showing a book, supposed tome, maybe you were doing a seance or something, and it got brought up. You're not exactly sure where you remember it, but it definitely rings a bell.
Okay. In that case, I'd like to ask, that black sun sounds familiar. Something about a Thule Society? You have any information on that? What would that
Oh,
cost?
Oh, that would cost quite a dear, Missy.
I'm gonna be giving the fucking stony eye to Acellus now. I don't know why I like these guys, but I definitely don't want him to get his clutches
I'm gonna
off.
turn around and look at who is it again? Lillian.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her and just sort of make the hand over throat, like, nope, stop, cut, mm-mm.
She's going to ignore him for now.
Excuse me, Mr. Magical Sir thing. Person? I'm not sure how to address you. I'm frankly sorry.
Just call me Cedrus.
Cedrus, sir.
It's the name I like the most.
This is going to be a shot in the dark, but I don't suppose, based on the more information, the more specific, the more expensive it would be, I don't suppose I could get a price quote on a time of day we should avoid, or should be more cautious during.
Well, I mean rush hour.
During... Maybe I've been reading too many horoscopes. I'm out of my depth.
Oh no, sometimes they're a laugh riot. I read one a few years back. said I was going to live a long and healthy life. Oh!
I'm gonna lean over to Boiler. I don't think we have any need of him. Well,
Probably not. All right, Acellus. If you can't give us anything more than that, then I think we'll have to call it done.
Well, You did give me a good laugh that I haven't had in a very long time.
Yeah, I bet the people all the way in the Bronx heard that one.
Glad to have been of service.
He ponders a bit, kind of looks.
I hear that.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm definitely trying to sell the part here. Well, things aren't always what they seem.
Well, that's cryptic.
Indeed.
I know, I gave you that one for free.
Oh, well.
I'm glad to know that my paw and you would get along.
All right, Acellus, take care of yourself. Try not to kidnap anybody.
Oh, I don't. Unless they try to kidnap me first.
I do have a bit of a personal question.
Oh, of course, lass.
Well, at least on my end. Do you know anything of the disappearance of Howard Thurston?
Dun dun dun. Sorry.
We'll be right back after these messages.
After these
And now for the war in the
messages,
news.
right.
Dateline, Guadalcanal Island. Nothing's happening here because it's not the war.
back to you, chat.
Well, now. Name doesn't ring a bell. What's so special about him?
Well, he disappeared after performing an incantation.
Yeah, that will happen.
Would you possibly be able to identify it? If I were to have a piece of it?
Boiler's going to step directly between you two now and look at you. You do not want to do that.
I believe that I do.
Well, I mean, it depends. I would have to
You
see it.
give no say in this. I don't
I
want to see
have
them gone.
every say in this. He gets very harsh with you.
Now, please, there's no harm in taking a look. If the lady has something, I can just take a quick
Gabriel's
peek
just
at it.
Gonna look over at Boiler like, you want help?
I pull out the pad that I have the page pressed in.
All
and
right.
Pass it forward.
If you want to deal with this,
He takes it.
Be careful.
Oh, I will, lass, I will. This is something no mistake. That... I mean, well, this incantation here is all wrong. I mean, you don't... Probably some idiot in the 14th century France screwed it up again. And those stupid... oh, they make such a big deal about the Lighthouse of Alexandria, but no, it was all unpaid interns. Of course they didn't know shite.
She just kind of is flabbergasted by this casual regard towards it. It was part of a much larger tome. All of it disappeared with him.
That probably was. Yeah, probably went with him.
Do you know where?
Haven't the foggiest. I don't even know. Now, obviously, it was something. This says here, I mean, you don't get ancient Lemurian writing just on any old thing.
I see. Well, thank you for your contribution.
Hang on. Isabel.
Yes.
Make me another Theosophy check. If you're listening in on this.
That still doesn't work.
Okay, sorry, man. Yeah. So,
Close but no cigar.
So, well, I mean, can't rightly tell what it's from. Many of these things are quite singular, or some mad wizard or sorcerer decides to get in his head to correlate everything he knows and mucks it up even more.
I didn't realize it could be that messy.
Oh, I tell you, it's more time just spent figuring out what's crap than what's actually good nowadays. I tell you, just going through the old libraries of Peter the Great and Charlemagne. I said, yeah, Caesar was a right bastard, but at least he kept a good book collection.
And you're what? An immortal now too?
I don't know about immortal. I mean, I've been around for quite a spell. I mean, suppose there could be some things that do me in nowadays.
Would you allow me to use your likeness in a book?
Of course, but, I mean, do you want this one? I mean, I've got some others lying about.
What, you mean like you can swap between bodies or something?
When I feel like it, yeah.
Can you do it now?
I could. But,
Wait till I'm gone.
that would cost you quite a bit.
Gabriel's just like a boiler.
No,
Why?
I'm sorry.
I will not pay that.
Fair enough.
all right, let's get everybody out of here before any more deals get made.
Why do you know such ladlings?
I want to look over at you and just smile and say, that's going to cost you.
I move for my page back and kind of give a small bow in respect.
As you are reaching for it and grabbing it out of his hand shoots forward and grabs your arm in a vice-like grips, and he draws you close.
I don't resist. Probably I'm too shocked.
Dreams are
Yeah.
sometimes the windows into other worlds. And then he lets you go.
Thank you.
Anytime, lass. Come back again.
I appreciate it. She moves back behind the boiler very quickly.
Oh, I just about had a heart attack.
Wait,
All
We
right.
should be going.
Yeah, Boiler's gonna give kind of a half salute and just shakes his head as he walks away.
Oh, well, you all have a good one now.
Where's Mr. Franklin? I would much like to be acquainted with his flask.
Yeah, Franklin is gone. He is not there.
Oh yeah, he's up
Yeah.
top.
Franklin went away.
Yep. I am in the sunshine. It's nice.
Yeah, so you managed to make your way back. Through the tunnels, back up into the warm sunny day of well, actually it's probably a little bit rainy now. Oh, I'm sorry, Maddie, I didn't see that message.
Sorry, it's okay. I forgot how to private message DM in
No.
Roll20.
Oh, that's okay.
/W space GM.
Messy.
It wouldn't be that kind of a check. It would probably be make me a no roll at hard. Make me a hard no roll.
Can I make a hard yes roll?
You mean idea?
No, I was making a dumb joke. Sorry.
Get out.
Yes, I heard yes. Holy crap!
I can't find the skill, but I don't think it matters.
No, it doesn't. Oh shit.
Well,
Of
then.
course, that's where I get it.
Okay. You know that Lemuria is in all your readings and kind of just like pulp stories of the day and weird things. Lemuria was before the days of continental drift, before they knew about that. Scientists began to realize that lemurs on the coast of Africa and like in the Philippines and everything were very closely related, and they couldn't figure out why. Now we know it's continental drift. But back then they hypothesized that there was a continent that had existed between like Africa in the Indian Ocean, between Africa and the Philippines, that had sunk beneath the waves. And it is often associated with the lost continent of Mu.
I'm just gonna keep that information to myself until I see the sky.
Cool.
And then I would like to kindly relay it and make apologies that I didn't mention it earlier for fear of terrifying body shifting men. He seemed like not quite the most gentlemanly sort.
Oh, he's a straight gentleman.
Oh, I thought he was fine, for the most part.
He terrifies
does.
me.
Exactly what he says he will do, which is the problem.
Good to know.
I couldn't tell if he was crazy or if he truly believed what he was saying, but either way, I think he'll make quite an interesting character.
He already is an interesting character name.
Thank you. All right, so I guess is everyone good for the day then?
As soon as I find Mr. Franklin and ask for a sip.
Okay.
I'm standing at the opening, so sipping away. So
Yeah, I
Please,
guess
for
once
the
we
love of
get out.
God, sharing is caring, my good sir.
All right.
passes you the bottle.
Once
I
we
take
see,
a swig.
yeah, once we see Franklin too, I think William bring up. So you seemed pretty interested in that. I was interested in languages. Do you know a lot about that?
Oh, but languages. Oh, yeah. I've got so many languages that I've known and seen and loved.
Do you know anything about Lumerian?
Nope.
It's associated with the lost continent of Mu. And
Is it
lemur.
now? And lemurs. Well, I suppose that would make
Mostly
sense.
lemurs. At least what I've read of it.
I
haven't read much.
Wait, you said Lumerian?
Yes.
Ah.
Like the theory of before continental drift, when science was a little more wacky and a little more magic.
You still don't know about continental drift.
You don't know about it.
Oh, do
You're
you not
one of
know
the
about
government.
No,
continental?
not yet.
Not
Oh
yet.
shit! When did continental drifting come about?
Oh, like 50s, maybe
Yeah,
60s.
50s, 60s area.
I have a
Well.
theory about something called continental drift.
My apologies. My scientific mind is still coming to grasp with a lot of things. I just recently found out stuff involving what Brazil thinks about the continents, and I'm still getting over it.
All right, so if we're good to go, I'm gonna assume each one of you, we're just gonna spend the day getting ready, and you're going to head to your hotel rooms for that evening.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
man,
make-
I'd get a hotel room.
Yes.
This is going to be amazing.
So,
I'm
Oh,
gonna enjoy
Whatever hotel we're. Do we know where we'll be staying?
oh yeah,
When we
yeah,
get
yeah. Yeah. You walk. So you make your way to the hotel through various times a day, and you head up to the concierge. Oh yes, your rooms are all set to go. Here are your keys, and you're set for the evening. Just any room service is paid for and taken care of.
My.
Room service, you say? Hmm.
Why, I've never indulged before, but I might just make an exception.
All right.
I hear you on that.
So each of you kind of head in, and each of you has your own rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
I am
are.
taking the longest, most whiskey-drunken bath I have ever had in my life.
Yeah, you are getting nice and clean. You settle in for the evening. You kind of many of you do partake of the room service. It's nice, comfy beds. It's not like presidential suite, but it's nice. It's swanky. And as you're turning in for the evening, hey, John and Lexi.
Yes.
John, odds or evens?
Evens.
Okay. As you are settling in for the evening, it's about 9 o'clock. Oop, I'm sorry, I closed that. I didn't want to close that. As you were turning in for evening, you hear a knock at the door.
Yes.
Mr. Eichenwald.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry about the late hour, but I do have something very important to discuss with you. It is vital to, well, let's just say, it has to do with your past.
I'm gonna pull him into the room and shut the door.
Okay. As you quickly open the door and grab, and as you do, you pull this man into the room. Oh, careful, Mr. Eichenwald. No need to be rough.
I'm gonna shut the door. What are you talking about?
Do you mind if I have a seat?
Please, and a drink.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Eichenwald. And as he goes, he takes from the probably already open bottle of whatever you have. Takes a drink. Mr. Eichenwald.
I'm gonna go over and make sure my violin case is out and out and open.
He takes a look at it and he gives you an approving nod. Mr. Eichenwald, your reputation precedes you. Not only of late, with your work for certain religious bodies, but your deeds during the Great War. There are some who do not forget old glories, or old loyalties. Some who think such things should be rewarded. There are forces moving, Mr. Eichenwald. Forces that supersede mere human societies and institutions. A time is coming when a new order will arise, and those that help it will ascend to a level only dreamed of by the philosophers of the past. I have been instructed to offer you this chance, Oberleutnant Gabriel Eichenwald. A chance to once again serve the greater German peoples, achieve a power that is rightfully theirs.
Sorry.
And this kind of takes you back because Oberleutnant, you recognize that rank. That was your rank.
Mm-hmm.
As you are taking this time to think about it, Lexi,
Yes.
you hear a knock at the door.
Okay.
Miss Driver. I'm sorry. Old notes. Terribly sorry. Miss Harmon.
Yes.
May I come in? I have some things to discuss with you. Some very urgent issues about, let's just say, matters of archaeology and antiquity.
Sure.
Why not?
All right. You open the door, and before you see the same man. It is 9 o'clock. Miss Harmon, and he kind of makes his way into your room. And thank you so much for having me. Do you mind if I have a seat?
I don't think you'll be here long enough to get comfortable.
Oh, that's fine. I'll
Damn.
stand.
What?
That was clever.
No, that's fine. John, we'll cut back to you quickly after this. Miss Harmon, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. As a fellow lover of antiquity, I have to say, some of your exploits in the retrieval of certain artifacts have become legendary among the community. Though not everyone is happy about your success, I understand. Some have accused you of theft and grave robbing. Yet, where would those items be now, were it not for your efforts? Still undiscovered or moldering in some third-rate museum, or, God forbid, even destroyed by inferior minds. There are many who laud your efforts at saving priceless relics of the past. I myself represent a large, well-financed group interested in the discovery and preservation of antiquity, especially in the recovery of items of antediluvian and outside the bounds of accepted academia. I understand you have been propositioned by certain, well, shall we say, mysterious individuals within the American government to aid them in similar endeavors? And at this, Lexi, he leans in and whispers, and you get the scent of pickles on his breath.
Joy.
Pickles.
I would be wary of accepting the offers of such individuals. Those who do work for that man usually meet gruesome ends. His history is a trail of death and madness. The group I represent, however, makes sure our associates are well looked after and appropriately compensated for valuable work. And at this, we'll cut back to John.
Okay.
John?
If Faust wishes my assistance, he can come talk to me himself.
Who said anything about Faust?
A rank like that. Using that. Come on. But
I understand your hesitance, and I just wish to say, have a care, Mr. Eichenwald. Please consider this. The offer will not always be on the table.
I'll give him my forwarding address in New Mexico.
So, is that a no?
That would be a... We should... Whoever your friends are in New Mexico should come have a talk. Or send someone and meet me there.
I will let them know. And he gets up.
Tell them to bring something more concrete than empty promises.
I will do so. And just remember, Mr. Eichenwald, while those who help the coming empire will be greatly rewarded, those who hinder it will be counted among the other parasites and traitors to the fatherland.
Get out.
Good night, Mr. Eichenwald. He puts on his hat and walks out.
I'm going to rack the slide on the Thompson.
You see him look over his shoulder.
Yay, it's back.
There's no need. All right. He walks out the door. Lexi.
Yes?
So, would you consider joining our organization, or at least aiding it?
I'm already well compensated for my works.
Oh, my dear, we could do so much better. Double, triple, whatever they are paying you.
Possibly. I don't see what you can offer me that I don't already have. I have no need for that much money.
Well, not just things and money, rare antiquities, access to places which have been closed off for decades, protection. He just lets the word hang.
I have my own protection.
Of course you do.
I don't like this man. I really don't.
Might I recommend 45 slug?
I got a 32.
Close enough.
I think I'm just gonna have to firmly ask you to leave.
Of course, my dear. I'm sorry we could not come to an agreement. Hey, Lexi.
Yes.
Make me a psychology check.
Okay, let me see something real quick. Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
Psychology or spot hidden. We'll do a combined check. So just roll.
boy.
So just roll and let me know what you get.
Hang on.
Whether you succeed on either of them.
Oh, on either of them?
Yeah. No. Well, you only roll once.
Oh.
So we'll take the first.
Well,
roll.
then no.
Okay.
No, I did not succeed on either of them.
All right. So as he is turning around, you think he's just reaching for the door handle to let himself out. But as he's reaching, you see him grab something quickly from his pocket and spin around. He is going to take a shot at you with the pistol he just drew.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Tell me that gun's nearby and loaded.
It is, but there's no guarantee I can get to it.
Oh, dang.
I
Okay.
Well then.
Well,
So that gun just about jammed.
yeah, so he, either in his quickness or just in something you were able to catch, his bullet just barely grazes you. And
Oh god.
the sound just ricochets in this closed room. And all of you now hear a gunshot. And he just bolts. He grabs the door, opens the door.
Are
Josh,
we all on the same floor?
Yes, you
Josh, about how far from what I just encountered does this happen?
are. The guy is closing the door, and you hear a gunshot.
SMG in hand, I'm running out into the hall.
Okay. He.
I'm out into the hall with my gun.
Okay, so are all of you rushing out?
Oh my
Yeah, I'm gonna fling open the door with the gun in each
Okay.
gun in my hand.
As you all,
Good lord, everybody!
everybody's hovering on.
We're the type, you hear gunshots, we're the kind of people that are like, okay, who got shot?
Mhm.
So as you all come out, you look down the hallway and booking it towards the stairs, you see two individuals. And and you turn and they stop for a moment and turn and look at you. But it is odd because they both turn and look like a mirror image. There is there's
that's
no
weird.
difference between them. They move the same. They seem to shift their weight the same. And then they quickly turn around and start running towards the stairs. And with that, we will end the game tonight.
All
Mm.
right, so I'm in the hall holding a towel and a shotgun.
What in tarnation?
My hair is in curlers and I've got a pistol, so we match.
There we go. Smoking a cigarette.
Yes. All right. That.
God damn it, Josh.
So, first game. How'd you guys like it?
It's good.
Like
Fun.
it.
That
I
was
love it.
amazing.
Yep.
Gimme.
Okay. I don't want to step on Sarge's toes by taking his tradition, but is there anything any of you would do differently, didn't like about this
Josh,
game?
Take
Oh,
it, for
it's
God's
Okay,
sake.
fine. We're going to do Sarge's tradition. We're going to go down the line. One thing you liked about this game, one thing you didn't like. David, we'll start with you, since you're the first in the order.
Geez, starting with me?
Yeah.
Boy.
Doesn't have to be anything big. It could have been like, I like the gunfights, or it's like, I like that there weren't enough gunfights type thing.
I really liked, I like that things are already coming to the surface, but seeing as these are all things that we've, like, it's general knowledge when it comes to, like, Lovecraft and stuff. It's a really good starting point for figuring out where the story is going to go. So I like that. I guess the only thing is I'm still trying to figure out whose voice is whose. I managed to figure out the difference between the three men. And through process of elimination, I was able to figure out the women. But I'm still figuring that out.
That's fine. I think that's a thing everybody goes through, especially when it's online.
Yep.
I did that with our first game on Ashes to Ashes, so no worries, man. All right, so Minnie.
I'm not sure what I liked the most.
You can,
I just
you can say nothing. It's fine.
no, I like the atmosphere you're trying to set. Like I can kind of feel it. I really like that you're doing well with that. The only thing I don't like is it's really hard to distinguish who's talking and to like when you ask everybody a question, it's like there's like 6 people talking at once. Sometimes it's hard to hear.
Yeah.
But I think that's my only negative thing, really.
Okay. And John.
Something I like. I'm loving the tone and the atmosphere. You've put a lot of work into this. I can already see that already, and I'm loving how it's coming together. I wish I could roll a little bit better. And other than that, I'm still trying to sort of find my feet and pacing with this character, especially given that he's not so good at the English. I'm not sure how he could jump into a lot of things, so having some trouble there, but I'm sure that'll sort of smooth out in time.
Okay. And John.
Got it.
Okay. And Tony.
I really enjoy the way everything's kind of settling so far. Like the theme, the feeling of everybody's kind of specialties. I like how you're dropping hints on everybody so far, like what kind of their background is or what's going on. I also like that everybody seems really interested to get involved. So even if it's not quite their specialty, it's like, you know what? No, I got something to say in this, or I got something I can do. So that's definitely a change from other ones. I think the only thing I would say I didn't like is there seems to be, and this is just the first session, so I think this will get better, is that lag behind any time somebody's done with something or we're done talking, and there's kind of a pregnant silence where everybody's kind of waiting on everybody else to talk.
Yeah.
And not interrupt, but that'll go away with time.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. And Topher.
I love the atmosphere and the stuff that you've put into this. Like this is going to be so much fun. But yeah, I honestly, there's not really anything right now that I'm like, oh, I wish that would change. Like this is, I love it. It's great.
Cool. Awesome. And Maddie.
Had to remember that I was on push to talk again, so that's my main complaint is Maddie is still bad at push to talk. I love the game. I love the atmosphere. I love the characters. I like the hints of stuff and it's so pulp it hurts. It's awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, just you wait.
Yeah, my main complaint is I want more, please. Now. Gimme. Mine. Gimme. I could play for another 6 hours and be happy. Well, maybe not. I'm starting to get tired now because I'm still on European time and curse the waking of early things. But I love it all. It's so good. I'm so excited. I wish I would roll well for things that are not insubstantial.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the curse.
Yeah. But that's it for me.
Cool. Thank you. And Ray.
I guess my primary love, I love the physical aspect. I love the letter that just really clicked like the whole feeling in. I feel like going in. One of the hardest things to do is establish yourself as a player in a different world, especially when you don't have like the physical element of everyone being at a table and in a setup. So the letters were a really, really good way to get that ball rolling. I also really like how you touched on everybody's individual something just in this one session, so everybody kind of has an idea of where everyone is going. Don't really have a negative critique, just because I think things are still going early, and I think anything that is negative is going to fix itself fairly soon.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you all. We'll figure out the next time we'll meet, and I think this is going along well. We kind of stopped around where I thought we were, and this is perfect. So yeah.
Oh my god, I want to shoot that guy in the face.
I cannot wait to shoot him. And his evil twin too.
Yeah, twin. Yeah.
He has an evil twin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they're
A twin and
Twins
an
and-
evil twin?
they're both the evil twin. That's
Josh, we're gonna have words at some point.
I'm gonna love every minute of it. All right. Well, if we are good, I will bid you all good night, and I will stop recording. So you guys have a good one.
Bye, stream.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.